Again, welcome anybody that's new out there. Welcome to the channel. This show, we call it This Week in Sports. I know, super original name, right? But it basically is just This Week in Sports. And so essentially what we do here is we cover the last 7 days in sports, and we've been doing this since February. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, wait, I don't understand, we didn't have live sports for like almost 3 months. So while that is true, there was still a lot that was going on in sports, and so we've been covering those things as they've been happening. And we've been, so UFC started back up, and when that happened, we brought back our pick'ems. So what you see here is, sorry, I thought there was something on the screen, but it was actually on my monitor. Anyway, so this is our pick'ems. We do a weekly pick'ems here, and essentially it'll be a series of games that we want to focus on, or matches, right? Because, like I said, we do have UFC matches typically, although this week's UFC is not a big highlight for us, so we did not include UFC. But you can see here, so these are the games for this week. And there it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so these were the matchups from last week, and I'll explain to you what we have here. So essentially, you have all the matches, right? And then next to each team or fighter, you'll have what the result was. So for example, if we just go down here to the Jazz and Nuggets, the Jazz scored 124 points, and the Nuggets on the other side scored 105, right? So obviously the Jazz won. The other way the Jazz won is that their name is highlighted in yellow or gold, I guess. And so that's the indicator who won that match, right? Next to that is the percentage of chat that selected that team. So in this particular case, on this last row here, this last game, only 16% of chat thought that the Utah Jazz would beat the Denver Nuggets. That also included me, in that I thought the Nuggets were going to win. So the way what my picks were is the logo for the channel is on the team or on the fighter that I thought was going to win. So in this particular pick'em, we had 84 contestants. And then remember, or well, I guess not remember, but so whoever wins, whoever gets the most amount of pick'ems gets like a friendly gift card, a little $10 gift card. Hey, Eddie, what's up, man? Good morning. Should be This Week in Sports. Yeah. Who's winning on the UFC fights tonight? I usually win $1,000 a week, but this week is hard to pick. Yeah. Wow, you win $1,000 a week. That's pretty good, Rowdy. Majestic. Thank you very much, Majestic. Appreciate that, buddy. How you doing, man? Good morning. 39 months from Majestic and 41 from PB. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Almost 4 years, huh? Yeah? Is that right? I think so. I'm still bummed that Covert denounced his love for Team Scrub Nation. I think the next main UFC main event is going to be really good though, Rowdy. I think that's going to be really good. Yeah, last week I had DC. I had an 8-banger. He was my last one. Yeah, I had picked DC as well. I did. What do you and we'll talk about that too. We'll kind of go through all these matchups, and then if you want, we could talk about that. Hey, Silent, good morning, buddy. Nika, what's up, Nika? Nika on Wednesday. O'Malley getting beat shocked me. Yeah, I mean, the O'Malley fight was one of those where I'm actually, my biggest disappointment of that night was the O'Malley fight, because I feel like I wanted to see what was going to happen there, because actually I thought Vera, in my opinion, and so what we did last week, for those of you that are new or that weren't here last week, we actually did a UFC watch party. So what we did was we all got in Discord and everybody had their own instance of the fight that they watched, and we were just in the Discord and we were talking in between rounds, in between fights, you know, everybody's kind of chilling and whatever. And so some of the people in the Discord watch party were saying like, oh, like O'Malley would have killed him, this and that, but I thought Vera actually didn't look bad like during the fight. Like I thought this was actually going to be a close fight, and unfortunately O'Malley winds up getting injured, and there goes that. Can you speak Spanish? Sí, claro que sí. ¿Hablas español? Clarification, most people were chilling. Other than Housen. Yeah, other than Housen, because I don't know what happened there. He just started screaming. It was weird. I would bet on more eye poking trending. You think that'll happen? Really? So Majestic, I hope you're well, man. I hope it's going well. Morning, first time on the channel so far, pretty cool. Coke, no Pepsi, what's up? I agree with you, man. Coca-Cola, baby, for the win. Yeah, I'm not a Pepsi drinker. Bucks fan before the Brady train. I'm not a Bucks fan. Yeah, I'm not a Bucks fan. I just, like I was saying earlier, I try to wear different teams apparel just to try to represent, you know, like different regions. Sometimes I do it to be a troll. You know, so like I'll wear Patriots gear just to like mess with people, or like I wore like Alabama Crimson Tide because I know everybody hates Alabama. So you know, I just do it to mess around. But I have high hopes for the Bucks, man. Yeah, I think if the Bucks could have had like a full training camp and it would have been like a normal season, I think the Bucks had a really good shot in the NFC. What's up, Zeddy? How's it going? Who is winning this NBA season? Plasma Stone. You know, I think it's gonna be. I think it might be tough, right? Like one of the things that we're gonna talk about today when we get to the NBA is the fact that like the bubble is like a weird place, dude. You know, I was actually going through the stats for the Bucks because you know the Bucks are 1-1 against Orlando, and I was going through their stats, and they their statistics are not actually impressive in that win. And then I was looking at the Lakers versus the Blazers, and I was looking at the Lakers stats, man, and LeBron James only had 10 points that game. And when you go down the rest of the roster, nobody else killed it other than Anthony Davis, which is what I had said last week, that I thought that if the Lakers were going to make a run, Anthony Davis was going to have to play like a superstar. Like it's just, there are no two ways about it. We were going to learn. What up, Rowdy? How's it going? Thank you very much for the Prime. Welcome, and welcome, dude. Ho! Gosh darn it. Woo, man, hype train inbound. Things are getting crazy in this channel, dude. Booty and beer, what's up? Wow. Okay. What? Listen, if you guys want me to shut up, you just have to tell me. Booty and beer, thank you for the 30 months on the resub. Also, Kopaja, thank you for the 2 gifted subs to Golitz Burton and to Rap44. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Pleasure to have you here. So I don't know, we'll talk NBA. You guys decide what topic we're gonna discuss. So if you look right above your chat window, there's gonna be a straw poll that's up there right now. It's active right now, and it's asking what topic should we discuss first. So you guys decide what we talk about, okay? And like the order we talk about it in. So if you want a thing, you need to get active right now, and you need to vote in that straw poll, okay? Really important. Thank you very much for the follows, by the way. That is super important, and I am very appreciative for all of the follows. Thank you, Shankadoodle, Puddle Muck, Liam, Go Boom, Pompico, Jolly Joseph, Brian, Plasma Stone, Giovanni, Coke and Pepsi, Coke no Pepsi, sorry, Laurel, Rowdy, and most high above us. Thank you very much. If I missed your name on those follows, I apologize, but thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Huddy? How's it going? Golden, what's the deal, homie? Hey, Zeddy. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 5 months, Zeddy. All right, so let's take a look here. So we're going to go through these results. We'll kind of knock these out. We'll announce who the winner is, and then we'll get into the topic that you all decide you want to do. Hey, bro, what's up? Watching from the Philippines. Welcome, man. What's up? We actually have a few people that are Filipino. I'm new here and dig the sports vibe. Well, you know what, Jolly? Let me kind of break it down for you. So the format of this channel, so I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And then I stream on Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, the weekday content, so that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is generally video game content. And then the Saturday is sports content. So what I was telling people the other day, because I thought it was catchy, but now it just sounds like I'm like overdoing it. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because it'll be the first time you hear it. Everyone else close your ears. If you like video games and you like sports, then this is the place for you. But no, in all seriousness, if you enjoy sports and you enjoy video games, then this is we try to do a good mix here. So essentially, Saturdays we focus on sports, and then weekdays we focus on video games, but we talk sports throughout the week. So like we're playing video games and broadcasting a video game, but we're having conversations about whatever it is that people want to talk about. So we have a really nice group here of folks that hang out in chat, super positive, and we just have a really strong community, and everybody hangs out together. We hang out in the Discord, we play video games together, we do UFC watch parties, etc., etc. Personally, like, so my name's Paul and the channel's Covert GG. So I'm just a small business owner, a family man. I have kids and a wife, and I've been streaming on Twitch for 4 years and trying to make this thing happen and realize the dream and all that. And so I appreciate everyone that's following the channel, because obviously, without you, there's no way we could ever do that, right? So thank you for following the channel today, and also a big shout out to everybody that always hangs out here, because you all are the ones that elevate the channel to new heights. So thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. All right, if anybody has any questions about the show or anything, just let me know, and I'll answer those questions. Okay. What's up, Tor Magor? How's it going? Fellow boomers unite. Don't forget about that. Yeah. Oh, this is about sports and video games. I'm out of here. I thought it was about head attire. What's up? How's it going, Count? Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome back. Okay, so let's talk about what we had happen here. Okay, so Bruins wind up taking the Hurricanes. Hurricanes had showed some real potential. They were playing good hockey, but the Bruins, which is something that I've been saying, like, so the Bruins for me were my favorite going into the bubble. So prior to this coronavirus thing, I had said that I thought that the Boston Bruins were going to win the Stanley Cup. I felt they were playing the most complete hockey. However, they have had a couple hiccups now with this restart, and so I'm not so sure about that anymore. I think they will still represent the East. But anyway, so they wind up taking the Hurricanes. They wind up taking that series. They now face Tampa. So they're going to be playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think it's on Sunday. But anyway, in the second round here, they're going to be facing the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll talk about that too, and I'll tell you kind of what I think about that series and what I think about Tampa Bay after having watched them in their previous dogfight with Carolina. So not with Carolina. I'm sorry. With is it the Blue Jays? No, that I forgot what they call themselves now. It's a new team to hockey. But I don't know why I want to say the Blue Jays. The Blue Jackets. Thank you. Yeah. So the Blue Jackets were playing really well too. They played like really gritty. I thought they might make it out of that series, to be honest with you. But either way, we'll talk about Tampa before the bubble. We'll talk about what Tampa's been doing in the bubble. And then we'll talk about the Bruins and some of the issues that the Bruins are having right now. But I still think I'm going to stick with the Bruins. They're going to be my favorite for the East. But so anyway, so Trailblazers versus Grizzlies. They had the play-in last weekend. And the Trailblazers obviously advanced. There was actually a pretty tight game, 126 to 122. That was a lot closer than I had expected. So we're here. So wait, actually, can we just establish right now that number one, I got the first pick of the week right with the Bruins. I got the second pick of the second matchup of the week correct because I picked the Portland Trailblazers, which kind of says that I'm a bit prophetic, but I'm not always on point, right? But anyway, so the 126, 122. Obviously, the Memphis Grizzlies played their hearts out. They really wanted to get in. But the Trailblazers have just been so hot as of late that there was no stopping Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. They've just been playing really good basketball up until 2 nights ago. So then and chat was on point too, right? 75%, 83% on those. Then in the third matchup, which was like the upset of the week, we had Manchester City versus Leon, and Leon winds up taking it 3-1. So this was a huge upset. Like this was like crazy. This was crazy. So many people. I mean, listen, Manchester City has a great team, right? But they're Columbus. Thank you. Gosh darn it. Thank you, I am Drax. Yes, the Columbus Blue Jackets. My bad. So anyway, so this was like a major upset. I mean, 6% of chat chose Leon. And I talked to some of those people that picked Leon to win. And the only reason why they picked Leon to win was because everyone else had picked Manchester City. They thought it was worth the gamble to go against Manchester. But it's interesting, right? Because we've been talking about Manchester City and number one, how we thought that they didn't deserve to be in the Champions League. That was like a big deal when we were talking about the fact that they kind of cheated their way, in Premier League and they violated rules and whatnot. And so I am certain there's probably a lot of people in the world that are happy that Manchester City lost. I actually was curious because I wanted to watch Manchester City and Bayern because I've never actually seen Bayern play outside of Champions League, and I wanted to see because I've seen Manchester City play, and I thought, man, this will be an interesting way to gauge like exactly where Manchester City is, but that obviously didn't happen. Hey, what's up, Blaze? How's it going? Iceman, welcome back. Bounty Hunter, how you doing? Liverpool for the win. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, though. You know what I mean? Monty, what up? I picked Leon to win because you always bet against Man City. What's up, Soham? Bruin, how you doing? JJ, what up? What's up? Really rough team to play against. Oh, you're talking about Columbus? Yeah. They're very grindy. Yeah, they're a grindy physical team. Hey, the Polish Potato, what's up? I like your name, by the way. So anyway, so this was like a huge upset. So Leon ends up taking it 3-1. The next matchup was Dos Santos versus Rosenstruck. So I had gone against Rosenstruck on this fight because when last seen, Rosenstruck was knocked out in under 30 seconds, and I questioned whether or not he'd ever even fight again. So his previous match was against Ngannou. We watched that live. I think we did a UFC watch party for that. And Ngannou just blew this dude up. Like, I mean, he just wrecked him. And now, granted, like Dos Santos isn't Ngannou, but Dos Santos has a ton of experience. And I thought, I just didn't think Rosenstruck had it in him. But Dos Santos apparently has a glass jaw. He took one punch and went down. So So it was interesting fight, but it did end abruptly though. And so Dos Santos winds up losing. I think it was like in the second or the third. So that's that. So Rosenstruck winds up taking that match. Then we had Sean Sugar O'Malley versus Marlon Cheeto Vera. And I had gone with O'Malley because O'Malley is an impressive fighter. And so during the course of that fight, O'Malley has a very unorthodox style to him, and it looked like he turned his ankle, hurt his foot, like kind of just maneuvering around the ring. And so after that, his stability was in question, and Vera just went after it after that. So O'Malley winds up losing the match. Thoughts on the Bruins? The Bruins are my favorite for the East. Pika is the GOAT. Hey Zaya, good morning. How you doing? Hairline Ben, what's up? O'Malley is out posting videos of him dancing now. Seems weird. Really? That's interesting. I haven't seen that. Let's take a look. Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah, you're right. Dances on leg he injured. That's interesting. Good morning, Covert. Doing okie dokie. Thanks. How are you? I'm okay. It's Saturday, and we're chilling. PK, how you doing? Waiting for one of the Hialeah 9 to out O'Malley. So anywho, but yeah, so Sean O'Malley ends up, apparently sustaining an injury during the course of the fight, and Vera ends up winning by knockout. And again, I really wanted to see what Vera was going to do there. Sean O'Malley has been like feared by, it seems more by the public, right? But so Sean O'Malley has been real impressive in a bunch of his fights. But Vera just seemed, number one, O'Malley had kind of insulted Vera, and Vera seemed like he was like out for blood. So I would have liked to have seen that match I would have liked to have seen that match kind of go toe to toe versus the way that it went down. But hey, I mean, Vera gets the win. That's just, those are the breaks, right? If you think about what happened with DC with the eye, right? Like essentially he sustained an injury there. And so, unfortunately, that's just what contact sports is like. Check out Whisker Milk for brain cells. What's up, Joe? How's it going? I just want to see O'Malley fight again soon if he isn't injured as bad as we all thought. I tend to agree with that. Yeah, I'd like to see a rematch. O'Malley must have bet on Vera dancing after collecting his earnings. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that is weird. I hadn't seen that. My guy drinks every Saturday and Sunday morning. Is that okay? Yeah, ladies. I'm not gonna judge you. Whatever you want. Whatever you decide. He wasn't even wearing a brace or anything in the video. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting to me for sure. That's interesting, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes you have an injury where, like, for example, like, so I've got bad shoulders, right? And so like I can do this no problem, but if I had to do that, that's like really painful if I go any further. So like maybe, it could be one of those deals too. I don't know. I don't want to disparage the guy, just on the basis of one video. It'd be interesting to maybe interview him, and kind of see what, what he thinks about what happened there, and how serious the injury was and all that. But anyway, Vera ends up taking it. The bottom line is he got the win, right? So whatever it is, it is. And so Vera takes the win. He gets the knockout. Then we got Stipe versus Cormier, and 62% of chat went with Cormier. But Stipe fought a very good fight. Cormier did get an eye poke early. I think it was in the first or the second round. I think it was the first round. But then Stipe ends up, I think in the second round, Stipe ends up knocking out, or getting a knockout on Cormier. Cormier has time. He's able to get him, recompose himself. But he just looked like he was bewildered for a while after that. Like, I mean, respect to Cormier for like being able to sustain that punch. That was a dirty punch. He definitely rung his bell. Cormier was able to last the rest of that round. I don't know how. Poor man. And gets to his corner, and he is just like, hello, is there anything in there? And he comes out in the third, and Cormier is still out of it, and he was just trying to buy time, which is really interesting, right? Like, that's the part that speaks to experience for a guy like Cormier, which is he knew what he needed to do that round, and he was just like fighting for his life at that point to be able to kind of gather himself again, right? Like, after he got his bell rung, he needed to kind of gain his composure, and he did just that, right? And you could see the difference, like that glaze over look started to fade for Cormier. His movement was starting to get back to what it was in that first and second round, or the early second round. And so I started thinking like, oh, he's got a shot. And then you got the eye poke. And that eye poke was nasty. It was towards the end of the third round, I believe. And it was a nasty eye poke, and he never recovered from that again. Now, that isn't to say that I think that DC would have won the fight otherwise. It's just one of those situations where it would have been nice to have seen like a good, clean fight to see what the outcome would have been, But whatever. I mean, Stipe ends up taking it. Did you forget about DC's eye gouging Stipe in the first two fights? Yeah. Stipe dos Santos? No, I wouldn't. You want to see that, Thunder God? I don't want to see that fight. No, I don't want to see that. Really? Vera kicked him, made him wobble, then he rolled his ankle. What's up, Pluchenko? How you doing? Leeson only 007. What's up? AK, how you doing? Dargun, hi, good morning. Welcome to the channel. Kush Poppy. Love this. I'm doing something like this just for an NFC West. Nice. El Dirty, what's up, bro? DC blinded Stipe. Yes, no, I know. I don't know. I'm just talking about this fight. What's up, Thunder God? How many eye pokes does DC have under his belt? A shit ton. Stipe needed surgery and now wears glasses due to what DC did to his eye. Stipe would destroy Dos Santos at this point, and Ngannou needs to happen versus Stipe. Well, so Stipe already beat Ngannou, but I would like to see Ngannou now against Stipe. Yeah, I think that's the next fight. Jones wants that belt now. Yeah, so that's one of the things we're going to talk about when we talk about UFC. Won so much money on Stipe. Look at that, Ali. Stipe already beat JDS for the belt. Well, he also beat Ngannou too, though. Yeah, Lisa, and I do. Thank you, though. Yeah. So welcome to everybody. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you very much for those follows. So anyway, so that's that. That was from last week. Then we had the Washington Capitals against the Islanders. I had thought that there was no way that the Capitals were going to allow themselves to get swept. And so anyway, the Capitals wind up losing that series. They lose this particular game that was part of our pick'ems. And I really was like, man, there's no way the Capitals are not going to allow themselves to get swept. But they do end up losing the series to the Islanders. The Islanders are playing great hockey right now. And actually, so the Islanders are going to be facing off against the Philadelphia Flyers. And that's going to be a really good series. And I think I'm going to go with the Islanders in that series. So Islanders are playing great hockey. Capitals, I think, are a huge letdown. I think they're a huge letdown. Again, I think the bubble is this weird thing, right? For hockey and basketball. So playing under these conditions, I don't know what it is, but obviously it's wound up shaking some of these teams, and so outcomes seem to be a little wonky wonkier than I would come to expect. But anyway, so the Islanders wind up taking this one 2-1. 22% of chat did pick the Islanders for that matchup. And then in the next game, we had the Avalanche versus the Coyotes. And the Avalanche right now are my favorites to come out of the West. I think it's going to boil down to, I think it's going to be Vegas Avalanche or Stars Avalanche. So anyway, the Avalanche wind up taking the 7-1 on the Coyotes. They were the favorite going in, and Twitch chat knew that. 86% of you selected the Avalanche. And then we had Clippers versus Mavericks. This game was really controversial because, well, while the Clippers did win and the Clippers were the favorite going into the match, Kristaps Porzingis winds up getting ejected on, well, he got teed up early in the game on something that probably shouldn't have been a technical. And then he got teed up a second time, which is an automatic ejection in the NBA playoffs. Now that second tee, I think was legit, because you're not allowed in the NBA. You're not allowed to come over and incite the situation or like inflame a situation. So they teed him up for walking over to do that, right? If you're already in the altercation, it's a little bit different. But if you come like from cross court to then get involved in the situation, that is a technical. And so that technical foul that they called on Porzingis, the second one, that one was like, there's a legit reason for it. The first one though was a little bit crazy. It was a foul, by the way. Like, he did foul on the play. So, but that's one of those things, right? Like, at the speed that you're playing, you don't sometimes what you think happened isn't what really happened, right? Because everything's moving so quickly, and you like in your brain, that wasn't what your intention was. And so, it happens here a lot where, like, I'll have a play that's going on and I'll think like, oh no, because when I saw that guy, I did this. And you guys will tell me, no, that's not what you did. And I'm like, I know for sure I did that. You'll clip it. I'll watch the clip and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that I made this misstep along the way, right? And so, I think it's Porzingis' first time in the playoffs. I think they probably should have taken him to the side and said, hey, you're going to settle down. If you do that again, it's a T, blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe kind of set the tone. But I guarantee you Porzingis won't do that again, because if he does, he's really letting down the Mavericks. So, so the Clippers wind up taking that game. The Mavericks in game 2 came back. They came back for game 2 and they wound up taking that game. Obviously, they had Porzingis for the whole game. But so anyway, so that series is an interesting one for sure. And there's a ton of potential. The Mavericks, one of the things that we were talking about a couple weeks ago was the Dallas Mavericks, and how I don't think this is their year, but I think in the next year or two, they could be real strong threats. They have a really nice nucleus of players. They've got a great organization outside of that mishap a year ago. And but they've got great coaching in Carlisle. So that team has a ton of potential to try to get back to the NBA Finals. And they're young, right? They've got the youth, where the Lakers don't have something like that. So you could end up seeing in the next year or two where the matchup might be the Clippers and the Mavericks to like in the conference finals as well. Heat wind up taking the Pacers. The Heat are up on that series 3-0. It's not a real sexy series. The Heat have been real up and down. Duncan Robinson did have a really great game. But he's had his shooting's been off at least one of the nights. And the Heat, I think, are, like I said, the Heat are still, I would say, at least a piece away. And so, but I think they're the favorites in the series. It was weird though, because I was watching one of the games on TNT, and the analysts for TNT were saying, they were like, oh, this game could really go either way. Right? Like, no team really has an advantage. And I was like, man, they really have not, like, I don't understand. Like, these guys are former basketball players. I don't know how they don't see it. Like, I look at this matchup and I think the Heat easily have this series, which so far they have, right? 3-0. But I don't know. I guess I was just like, what? And so I wonder if these national broadcasters maybe don't know enough about each of the regional teams, right? Like instead they just focus on what the headliners are. I'm not sure, but I was really surprised by that, to be honest with you. But so anyway, so the Heat have pretty much dominated that series up until now. And then the Jazz versus the Nuggets. Jazz wind up taking this game 124-105. The Jazz have been playing really, really well, and they got Mike Conley back now. So we'll talk about that later today. We'll dig into some of the stats around that. Some interesting stuff to be seen. Let's take a look here. Lillard better get healthy right now. Up until the last game, the Blazers were just the most fun to watch in the bubble. Mavericks had the best offensive rating in history of the NBA. As long as LeBron loses, I'm a fan of the NBA. That's what we call the Mandela effect. We talked about it on the conspiracy theory offline chat stream on Tuesday here. Streamlabs bot and I had a very heated discussion, but all good. What's up, Fish? Kentucky, Luca. Yeah, Luca's great. What's up, You're Just? How's it going? And Aliv. I'm sorry, I don't speak Russian, so I apologize. Covert is an unbiased sports fan. He does not have a team as his favorite. He is, however, a huge Kraft American cheese fan. That is his true team. Jahovani, how's it going? Do you make money on betting? No, I don't do betting. Yeah, I don't gamble. UFC is the first topic that chat chose to discuss. All right, so let's get into UFC. Yeah, let's do it. So let's get into that. Actually, before we do that, let's announce who the winner was. All right, so Equatorial Cobra ends up being the winner. All right. Actually, let's do the reveal on this. All right, so Silent was the winner for this week. However, he sent me a message and he said that he's not eligible to be the winner because he works on all the stuff for us. So Sloppy McFloppy is going to be the winner. So we had two sets of folks that got 7. So the way this works is the tiebreaker. So let's say you get 7. Let's say you got 10 right and another person got 10 right. The way we handle the tiebreaker is we capture the time that you put your picks in. Okay. So let's say you got 10 and somebody else got 10 and those are the highest for the week. Then what we do is we look to see who got their picks in first. And so in this case, Silent got his picks in before any of the other people that got the 7. And so, but again, he doesn't qualify. He's disqualified from being able to win. So we're going to go with Sloppy McFloppy this week. So Sloppy's going to get a $10 gift card. Sloppy, make sure to let me know where you want that gift card and I'll get it taken care of for you. Okay, buddy? The thing about going either way is said so the audience keep watching even if they know the final result. It works for some people. Oh, I see. That's interesting. You know, I never even thought about that, Ford. That's a great point. That's a really good point. So what Ford is saying there is that the reason why those analysts say like, oh, this series could go either way, there's no real clear favorite, is to try to keep people tuned in for a series that's probably going to be pretty boring. Interesting. So you know as much about sports as I do. No, Shadow, because I got mine in before you, so I'm better than you. Is this the only way the Buccaneers stay relevant? In what sense? What are the options for the gift card? Sloppy, if you're in the US, then it could be an Amazon gift card. It can be a Steam gift card. If you want a PSN gift card, I can do that too. All right, so that's our winner for last week. Let's go ahead and let's open up our pick'ems for this week. And that way you guys can start making your picks while we talk UFC, okay? There you go. All right, so pick'ems are ready. They are active, and you can get your picks in. Now, before we begin on UFC, so chat did decide to start with UFC as our headline topic. While so we're gonna get into that right now. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Paul, and the channel's Covert GG here on Twitch. I've been streaming for 4 years. I stream 5 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. The weekday streams are 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and the Saturday stream is 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. The way that the format works out is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is all video game content. Well, generally speaking, it's video game content. And then Saturdays is dedicated to just sports, and we cover this week in sports, right? So we cover everything that's happened throughout the week and what's going to be coming up the following week. Now, during the weekdays, we also talk sports, but it's the content is video game, but I try to be very interactive with chat, and we have a really nice group in chat, so there's always really good conversations flowing. And so if people want to talk about, oh, did you watch this game, did you watch that game, what do you think about this? And so we talk sports throughout the week. We would love to have you. If you're not already if you don't have a channel during those times and you're on Twitch, we would love to have you here. It would be great. And if not, if you just want to come by on Saturdays, that works too. But I just wanted to say thank you for stopping by today. Thank you for following the channel. I really appreciate your participation, and it would be great if you all would jump in our pick'ems. So our record so far has been 84 participants in the pick'em, and so we would love to get to 100 today. That would be awesome, but that might be too bold. I don't know. So let me explain to you how the pick'ems work. So essentially, this is our pick'ems board, right? And so you have a series of matchups between teams, and so you have rows, and you have rows and columns, right? And so in each row, what you have is, for example, here you have the Islanders. They're going to be playing the Philadelphia Flyers, right? And so then there's a corresponding letter to each of those teams. So the way you're going to put your picks in is you're going to type in !picks, which is plural, P-I-C-K-S, space, and then you're going to put the corresponding letter of the teams that you think are going to win. Okay, so for example, if you were just going to pick everybody from this column, then you would go you would do !picks, space, and then just put ACEG and just go down that list and just put it all together. Okay, and no spaces in between those letters. But anyway, yeah, if I would love for you all to jump in and participate in the pick'ems. It's no skin off of your tail. If you win, you get a $10 gift card. So I mean, no harm, no foul, right? And if you don't, then you helped out and you kind of helped us reach a kind of new milestone goal, which is we're trying to get to 100 participants in our pick'ems. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk some UFC. So John Jones ends up vacating his title, light heavyweight champ, right? So John Jones, over the course of like the last 3 months, has been trying to pressure the UFC to give him a new contract, right? And so what he recently said was he was vacating his title, and if they wanted to give him a new contract to fight as a heavyweight, that he would be open to that. So it seems like he's kind of like, he's saying like, here, I've got something you want, right? I'm going to give it to you, right? He vacates the title, and then he says, but this is what I want, right? Which he basically wants that contract. I actually personally don't want to see John Jones against Ngannou. I would not mind seeing John Jones against Stipe though, right? Like that's a fight I wouldn't mind seeing. Now, I guess the one thing I would say about it is that I would like to see John Jones versus Stipe if John Jones is going to be legit, right? Like if he's going to get caught doing some kind of, PED or whatever, like I don't care to see that. Like that interests me zero. That interests me zero. But if he's gonna be legit and he's gonna kind of clean up his ways, I would like to see Stipe versus John Jones. I think Jones would overtake Ngannou. I mean, I think I like Ngannou has come a long way, right? And so, I mean, Ngannou is like a physical specimen. I mean, dude is insane. Like, it's crazy, right? Like, Ngannou just looks, physically, he looks insane. Like, he could take you down in one punch easily. But I think Jon Jones is a more technical fighter. But I'm only basing that off of what we've seen up until now. We don't know yet with Ngannou. We do know that Ngannou is... Here's where maybe I give some pushback on that, Leeson, is that we know that Ngannou is dedicated to his training. I'm not sure if Jon Jones is, right? Because Jon Jones has had so many slip-ups over the last couple years. I don't know where his commitment really is. And so Ngannou, I think physically is like a man amongst boys. That's one. Number two, we know Ngannou is like a training freak, right? He is 1,000% committed to the sport, to his craft, and to his success. Jon Jones, last seen, is a more technical fighter than Ngannou, but does he really have that commitment? I don't know. Like, I think that needs to be seen. I think Jones wants time to beef up at heavyweight. I don't know that he wants to fight anytime soon. Yeah, that's possible. Stipe versus Jones style-wise is boring, and Ngannou, I think, will push for more pressure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, style-wise, it might be more boring, but I think I'd like to see it, right? Because I haven't seen it before, I guess, is my thing, right? So I'd like to see that because I haven't seen it before. Hang on one second, gang. Okay, sorry. So that's the main reason why I want to see it. Never mind like boring or otherwise. I just think I think I'd like to see something fresh, but you know, like, again, you know, you could see Stipe and Ngannou first, I guess, technically. If you guys are thinking that Jon Jones isn't ready. Jones will be wrecked. By who? By Stipe or Ngannou, or both? Ngannou is a straight gym rat at the end of the day, and Jones is only focused during that camp time, and then it's that Hollywood lifestyle. Well, I don't know, because I don't know his exact lifestyle. I just know like what's happened. And that's why I say I kind of question that. What's up, Oof Gang? How you doing, man? Good morning. How's the weekend going so far? QJ, what's up? How you doing? If Jones could avoid Ngannou's power, he would dominate that match. Yeah, but that's the thing, is how do you avoid his power, right? You know what I mean? Like I get it. I'm not saying it can't be done, Subcon. I'm just saying, like, that's a tall order. Jones has been living the Hollywood life and still winning. I would like to see both Jones brothers fight. Jones' reach is OP. Jones has lost to the law. Yeah. You don't think he deserves a Stipe fight? Well, that's another thing, right? Like, I think that is a different discussion, in that, like, does the UFC want to highlight Jon Jones, right? Like, how many chances do you give one guy? Like, we were talking about Gordon. So the wide receiver that used to play with the Cleveland Browns got suspended for substance abuse issues, then went to the Patriots, had more substance abuse issues, goes to Seattle, has more substance abuse issues, and apparently he's going to be reinstated this year again. So, like, at what point do you say, like, enough is enough? I don't know. I'm just not sure. Here's what I don't like. What I really don't like is, I don't like guys that are using PEDs in full contact sports, in combat sports. That I don't like, because I feel like if you're roided out of your mind, or if you're using some kind of a PED, you actually put the other person's life in jeopardy when you do that, right? Like a baseball player being juiced out of his mind, like, while it's cheating, and I don't agree with cheating, he's like, you're not like potentially putting somebody else's like literal life on the line when you hit a home run, right? Unless you line drive it to somebody's head, I guess. But in a full combat sport, like you could do permanent damage to somebody physically if you're doing stuff like that. Hey, Be Like Mike, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you here today, man. It's early for you. I don't think Jones deserves a heavyweight title fight straight away. So who would you want to see him fight first? You think you would want to see him fight Ngannou and then maybe get to Stipe if he was to win? Working this weekend, but at home, Brad and the kids are her sisters, kind of bored with games at the moment. Tarkov is all head eyes or corner campers. Wore myself out on No Man's Sky. What about Horizon Zero Dawn? Didn't you get Horizon Zero Dawn? You should play that, man. It's a really good game. Remember how many chances Lawrence Phillips got? Yeah. But that's right. I understand that people get a lot of chances when they have great athletic ability. Again, the question is, how many chances do you give somebody? And does the UFC really want to showcase John Jones? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. That's shades of Bisping and Belfort. I don't want Stipe and Ngannou. No, you don't want that, Thunder God. Wow, you like really don't like John Jones, Thunder God. What up, eBay? How's it going? Not yet. I heard the port crashes all the time and was told to wait. Gotcha. Okay, that's different. Yeah, that's a problem for sure. And Ngannou has put his time in and deserves the first crack at Stipe once he's healed up. Then we can talk John Jones. Yeah, you know what? That's how I think I would do it if I was running the UFC. And the only reason why is because what you just said, which is Ngannou has put in the time and the effort, right? And B, because I don't want to give John Jones a new contract under the current circumstances, right? Like you can't get in trouble basically in your last 4 outings, right? And then say, hey, you know what? I want to renegotiate my contract. Yeah, let's renegotiate it. I'm going to give you less money. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have been unable to perform because of things you've been doing off or out of the octagon, and you want to renegotiate your contract, what? I mean, it's like if you were late to work every single day because you were getting hit with DUIs, and then you come into my office and you say, hey, I think I deserve a raise. Can we like look at my pay rate? Yeah, let's look at your pay rate. I'm going to pay you half of what I've been paying you. Or how about you're fired? I don't know. So like from that perspective, I feel like the John Jones situation, like that's why I'm with you on that. No, I do not live in Tampa, but I do live in Florida. Alba on PC. Long live CC. Do you like the Buccaneers? I don't have a team that's like, I don't have like a favorite team. Long live. I just wear different stuff here on the show just to kind of represent different teams and to troll around. Hey Razor, what's up, buddy? Don't you love how people always bring personal stuff into Jones? It's a fight thing. You watch him fight. Why people care so much about his personal character? Let Jones make his own picture. I just respect him a lot as a fighter and always will. Well, Leeson, I think that here's the thing is that most times athletes want to be like, they don't, right? Like they don't want to just be athletes, right? Like it's the whole thing where, like, you know, the whole like shut up and dribble, right? And the athletes were like, oh, well, we don't want to shut up and dribble. Like, what are you trying to say? That we're only an athlete? So athletes want to be known for other things, right? And so that's number one. And so that being the case, right, then you do have to take a look at the entire picture, right? You can say a guy is a great athlete and was the best of his time, but he also was, had issues off the field, right? Like that is the entire picture. So trying to just look at like, a microcosm of what a person is or was, I don't think is realistic. I also think that for the cases of what we're discussing here, Leeson, is that, the question was, or my question was, whether or not the UFC wants to highlight somebody like John Jones. And so I think it is 1000% legitimate that the UFC make decisions about John Jones based on what he's doing outside of the octagon. Now, if your point is, well, the public shouldn't care what John Jones is doing outside, well, maybe, right? Like potentially, in that, like, some fans might care about that because they're trying to decide whether or not they want to be the fan of this individual, right? And so they might say, oh, he's a great fighter, but I don't like him as a guy. I don't like what he stands for, right? Some people might also say, well, I don't know how great of a fighter he is because he's had a couple issues with PEDs. And so what if we remove those PEDs? Like, so for example, you look at a guy like Mark McGuire, right? And you say, well, look at what Mark McGuire was able to accomplish, but take the PEDs away from Mark McGuire. Who is he? Well, we don't know that. We don't know the answer to that question. Or let's take Sammy Sosa, right? I would say that if Sammy Sosa wouldn't have been doing PEDs, Sammy Sosa would be a blip on the radar in terms of baseball history, right? And so that is like, so that's that side. But I think regardless, without getting into that, right, I think if I was the UFC, I would not want to highlight Jones right now because I don't think he represents, like, if I was running the organization, he doesn't represent what I want for my organization. Number one. Number two, he's saying he's not going to fight without a new contract. And so then that brings out the same thing I said earlier, which is when you're late to work and you're inefficient, you're not doing a good job, your production is nil, then I don't want to talk about your contract because you're not producing anything. So I think that those are kind of the 2 points. That's where I'm coming from with it. Hey, you leave slamming Sammy out of this. What's up, The Real? How's it going? UFC's a brand too, and who they hire also represent them as a company. So if you have someone that is a horrible person, it reflects 100% Puddle. 100%. 1,000%. That's why I don't like the fact that Greg Hardy is in the UFC. I think, like, here, so this is where I think there's a little bit of a hypocrisy there, Puddle Muck, is that, like, I agree with your statement. They should be concerned with that, right? I think the only reason that they're, like, really concerned about Jones is because Jones wants a new contract. I think that's the real reason. Because, like, I don't think you let a guy like Greg Hardy fight if, like, you don't hire a guy like Greg Hardy unless you're not really interested in that, you know? Jones' personal life comes into play because he's one of those rare talents that dictates if he wins or loses, with only his silly behavior stopping him from winning. It's not, can this guy beat Jones? It's, will Jones keep it together enough to take this fight? Yeah. Let's fight. Let's go. Dana wants fights. Good fights. Yeah. So anyway, so John Jones ends up vacating the title, right? Which then opens the situation up for him to move to heavyweight. So, you know, obviously that's noteworthy. That's something for us to kind of mention, and, you know, and then, you know, we can kind of try to figure out where that leads us. So DC loses, obviously. DC loses, and so Cormier winds up losing the fight to Stipe. And that was one of the questions we had last week, which was, is this going to be DC's last fight, right? Is he going to retire after this fight? And I had said that I thought he was done, right? Because I feel like he has opportunities outside of, like, just being a fighter. And so I think he has a lot to gain. You kind of saw, like, they did a highlight on DC right before the match started, and they showed him with his family and, like, enjoying his kids and all of that. I really think that, like, and he's, like, around my age. So again, maybe I'm projecting a little bit here, but I tend to think if I was in his situation at the age that he's at, right, with kids, you know, young children, he's going to be, financially, he's going to be fine. And the UFC has a position available for him, right? That, like, so he's going to have demand outside of the ring. I think he doesn't have to keep fighting. And this is going to allow for him to focus on his family and whatnot. So I think after a loss like that, at the age he's at, with the opportunities he has available to him, I think that he's done. Like, I don't think he's coming back, you know? And I actually kind of don't want to see him come back, to be honest with you. I think, like, I would have liked to have seen him walk off as a champion. Like, that would have made me happy because I wanted to see him be successful. But I don't want to see him come back and lose again, you know, and get hurt again. Because that shot in the second round, that was a bomb, dude. That was a bomb. And, like, he's a smart guy, right? Like, he in terms of fighting, right, and his ability to commentate, he's a pretty smart guy, dude. You don't want to be knocking around your brain constantly and then lose out on that opportunity. You know what I mean? I hope DC can see out that eye, to be honest. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be all right. He'll keep his options open if the JJ fight is there. I don't think he'll fight John Jones again. Yeah, he got rocked in the second. That was a bomb, yeah. Hey, what's up, Korax? Or V-Swag, what's up? How you doing? How's it going, Breadfish? Good morning. They look at money first, then how it's going to make them look second. If the money outweighs the negative look, they'll take the money. Yeah, right, Puddle. I'm with you on that. Yeah. Right, because I think like again, the Greg Hardy thing, I think, is a contradiction. And I think that the reason why they're having the issues with John Jones that they're having is probably because he hasn't been productive for them and he wants a new contract. I think that's probably the thing. He's good at the table. Yeah, and I like, why put yourself at risk? But hey, I mean, I'm not a fighter, so I say DC cuts down to middleweight and challenges Stylebender. That's gonna be a good fight. I want to see that one. Smart ones get out while they're ahead. Yeah. DC's gonna be a commentator and he's gonna end up coaching wrestling at a big time college. Springfield Rising Suns, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Wiz, how you doing? We all thought the fight might be over after the second. Props to DC for getting it together. I'm paraphrasing someone else's comment. DC was a champion in 2 divisions he was too small for. His legacy's pretty much cemented, and he already said he didn't want to fight for anything other than title fights. At 41, he deserves a good retirement. I agree with you, Garbage Man. I'm just sad that he didn't win. Like, for him, I'm sad. Like, this is one of those, like, earlier I was saying how, like, I don't have any skin in the game. Like, there's never a game where I'm like, or a match where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, ooh, like, yeah, that's not me, right? Instead, I'm like, I'll see like a storyline and I'll be like, you know what? I hope this guy is successful, right? Like, this is a good dude, you know, whatever, from what we know. And so with Cormier, I kind of saw that fight and I was like, man, I hope that he wins for him, you know, because like he's put in all this work, he's been around for so long, and he's ready to exit. Like, it would be nice to see him kind of walk off into the sunset as a champion, right? So I agree with you. I would have liked to have seen him walk off as a champion, but I think that window of that opportunity is closed for him. What's going on? Hey, Merrick, how you doing? What is soccer? Futbol. I hope JJ fights Adesanya next year if he wins this next fight. We don't think that about Hardy. Wait, you don't think what about Hardy? That Hardy's a scumbag? Oh yeah, same here. I was rooting for him, but like you said earlier, I didn't want to see him go on a really bad note, right? Yeah. Khabib versus Tony. Hard would knock me out, but I'd still fight him. Oh, Hardy. I got you. Would have been nice, but yeah, DC's done. I hope so, at least for his health. Agreed. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. So I think we're all on the same page there, huh? That's rare. Stipe's up next, or next up. I'm sorry. So for me, what I wondered was, what do you guys think is going to happen now for Stipe, right? Like, how much time do you think he has, like, as a layover, right? And then who's his next fight, right? Which I know you guys were talking about John Jones, and we did mention Ngannou, but is there anybody else out there that you think would end up going up against Stipe? Would you want to see Rosenstruck against Stipe? I think I'd rather see Ngannou before Rosenstruck. Hi, not familiar with the NBA. What does this table mean? Shay, well, it's not just NBA, right? So we have NBA, we have Champions League right here, and we have NHL. Yeah, I'll run down the pick'em rules again. Okay, so essentially what you've got right here, what you have right here is this board is our pick'ems board, and you're gonna find a series of columns and rows, right? And so each row represents a matchup between two teams that are represented within the columns, right? And so you're gonna find NBA, you're gonna find NHL, and you're gonna find Champions League, which is soccer or Futbol, right? And so so we're gonna go down here and we're gonna operate with this example because it's the one that I can reach, right? So Islanders versus Flyers. So this is going to be the second round of the playoffs. The Islanders and the Flyers have advanced, and so they're going to face off against one another. So the Islanders, if you notice here, they have the letter U next to them, right? And so that's the corresponding letter to that team. Each team has a letter next to it. Thank you very much, Money. I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. And so what you want to do is you want to type in exclamation point pick'ems with an S at the end, or I'm sorry, exclamation point picks, space, and then all the letters that correspond to the teams that you're picking. Okay. So for example, if you were going to pick the Islanders over the Flyers, then you would do exclamation point picks, space, U. Okay, and then that would be how you represent that pick. Now you can do all your picks in one chat message. So essentially, if you wanted to pick all your matches, you would just go exclamation point picks space and then put all the letters for the teams that you're picking. Okay, you can change your picks throughout the broadcast, but once the broadcast is over, the picks are locked. Okay, so you only have this window of time to get your picks in. So if you're out there and you want to participate, make sure to do those now. Okay. Again, get your picks in. You can change them as we go. But once the broadcast is over, your picks are locked and you won't be able to change them. Okay. Now you say, well, I'm not really interested in this and that. But so what winds up happening here is, next Saturday, the next time we do a sports broadcast, we'll announce the winner of the pick'ems, and that person will win a $10 gift card. So it's just kind of like a friendly thing that we do here. It's just for fun and whatnot. Last week we had 84 participants in the pick'ems, and that was the highest we've ever reached. And I was hoping that we could try to get to 100 today. So if you're out there and you wanna participate for a chance at the gift card, make sure to jump in now. If not, I would ask that you do it anyway to try to help us reach our milestone. If we can get to 100, that would be freaking gangster, dude. So thanks. What's up, Rooter? How's it going? Zuna, good morning. Darth, Varick Von Zahn, how you doing? Welcome. Shout out to Mr. Money on the gifted subs. Major hype right there. Mr. Money gifted 10 subs. Hype in chat for Mr. Money. Hairline Ben, Smitty Shuffles, Dabsketball, Wolf Knight, Yo Unholy, Solemn Mages, Balthazar, Oddbaz, Rook, and Fearmonked. Thank you for hanging out and welcome to the channel. Also, shout out to everybody that is following the channel today. Anybody that's hit us with a follow, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy the broadcast. You find a good spot here for yourself. If you like video games and sports, this is the place for you. We do this every single week. Also, to the tried and true, everybody that hangs out here daily, thank you very, very much as well. Kappa, what's up? The Walrus, JRK, good morning. Emery, I'm a boomer, you're a boomer. What's up? Welcome. Anyway, so I don't know. So I'm not sure what's next for Stipe. Did anybody have any predictions on any other fighters that you might see come up, or are we pretty solid on either Ngannou or John Jones? Blades, if they can't get Ngannou set up by year's end. So what do you think? You think Stipe would back out of an Ngannou fight? Man, I'd be scared of that guy, bro. Damn, Spiz. I don't know. I'd be pretty fearful of that guy. Let's go. Let's get those picks in. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my picks while y'all are doing it as well, okay? So while you all do your picks, I'll do mine. All right. I'm gonna go with the Bucks over the Magic. We need to talk about Bucks though. What's our next sport, Silent? Like, that's another thing. While you guys are doing your picks here, what we do in between topics is we put up a straw poll and you all decide what we talk about. Okay. So I don't decide that. You're in control. So that's part of the show, is you dictate what we cover in terms of topics. So for example, I guess NBA is what you guys decided last time. So what'll happen is when we start NBA, a new straw poll is going to go up and you decide what's the next sport we're going to cover. Okay. So again, here's the thing. I have a suggestion for you. Here, let me look you in the eye real quick. Listen, look at me. Eye contact, baby. Right here. Okay. Important. If the sport that you want covered doesn't win, what you need to do is you need to go get all your friends that like that sport, okay, and tell them, hey, you got to join this channel and you got to vote for this because I really want to talk about this. So this is a win-win, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, because you're going to get the sport that you want. Number two, it helps the channel. So like, it's a match made in heaven, okay? So go get your family and your friends and get them to vote. Easy peasy, baby. Come on now. You help the channel grow, and then we talk about what you want. And I do it. I'm doing it for you. I'm not doing it for me. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go Bucks over Magic. I mean, obviously the Magic won game one, but I mean, I think the Bucks are the clear favorite. Now this is a really tough one. Colorado versus Dallas. Dallas was top. They were top in the West, but the Avalanche are hot right now. I actually have a lot of confidence in the Dallas Stars. This for me is a 50-50 series. I don't know who gets out of this series. I'm leaning towards the Avalanche making it to the Stanley Cup. I mean, but they have to get through Dallas, and I think they have to get through Vegas, right? I think those are like the three leaders right now for the West in terms of like how they performed during the regular season, how they've been performing during the bubble. Dallas does feel like they got knocked down a little bit, but I don't know. I'm going to go with the Avalanche here, but I am super reluctant. So I say this only because I'm trying to cover my own ass so that next week when we come over here, if Dallas wins, I can say, hey, I was reluctant about the Avalanche. No, legitimately, I actually really am a little, this is a tough pick for me. Like, this really is a 50-50 series for me right now, because Dallas has a ton of potential. They have a great team. So that's that. Lakers versus Trailblazers. I actually would pick the Trailblazers here, but without having any kind of medical information on Damian Lillard, I have to go with the Lakers. But we're going to go over some of the stats between the Trailblazers and the Lakers here in a second. And the Lakers, I don't know what the situation is, but they are just very susceptible right now. I actually am not sure. Well, this is what I'll tell you. If the Lakers don't figure out their woes, they're not going to make it out of the West. If they can't figure out what the hell's going on with that team, they're not going to make it out of the West. The Trailblazers, I really think, have had potential to take this series if Damian Lillard wasn't hurt. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a dislocated finger, so we have to see how that plays out. So I'm going with the Lakers. Thank you very much. That was very Laydays. Wow. Shout out to Laydays on the gifted subs. Laydays, thank you for gifting a sub to No One Special here now. Crispy, 501st Empire. What's up, dude? Welcome back, man. Welcome back, and welcome to the Scrub Nation. Cowboy Punk. What's up, dude? How's it going? Panheimer. Thank you very much for gifting those subs, Layday. And also Silent, thank you for gifting a sub to Laydays. So there you go, paying it forward, baby. Spawn Wild, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so Celtics versus 76ers. I'm going to give it to the Celtics. Can the 76ers end up taking a game? I guess so, maybe, possibly. But the Celtics are the favorite. I'm going to stick with them. Earlier today, people were asking me if I was going for PSG or Bayern. And I think I'm going to go with Bayern here. I think Bayern is hot, dude. They're hot. Like they're playing with fire right now. And so I'm going to give it to them. Clippers versus Mavericks. So that game is this Sunday. Now I want to see something. Hold on one second. Un momentico, please. Un momentico. I want to take a look at something here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with the Clippers here. The Clippers for me are the favorite in this series. They're up 2-1 right now, and I think they take the series. So I fell asleep last night, so I didn't get to finish watching the game. I had 2 beers last night, and I was like, pfft. So yeah, so that was that. Raptors versus Nets. I mean, I think that's easy peasy for me. Again, can the Nets take a game? I mean, maybe, like, I guess it's possible, but I just think for me, the Raptors are the hottest team in the East right now. Bruins versus Lightning. So I'm going to go with Bruins here. Like I had mentioned earlier, the Bruins for me a couple months ago were the easy favorites to win the Stanley Cup. I think that from like having watched all the teams play prior to the stoppage, I just feel like the Bruins were playing the most complete hockey of any team in the NHL. However, now that they've done the restart, I feel like the Bruins have had some issues. They lost their starting goalie because of the coronavirus, and he didn't want to risk his family as a newborn child. And so they lost their goalie, but so there is kind of I think they've fallen down a little bit bubble wise and obviously personnel wise. But I'm still gonna go with the Bruins. I really don't like the way the Lightning are playing right now. So the Lightning for me are a really talented offensive unit. Now, when they played against Columbus, they did kind of change up their style. They had to play slower, and they did kind of play smash mouth hockey. But I just don't feel like if that's how they're gonna have to play again, I don't think that that's gonna work for them against the Bruins, because I think the Bruins are not just a gritty team. They also have good offensive firepower. And so the Bruins are going to play smash mouth hockey, right? They're going to check you. They're going to play real physical. But they also have the offensive firepower to match up against a team like the Lightning. Now, can they continue to play defensively the way they did recently against the Lightning? I don't know. So that's going to be the big question. I think for me, I picked the Bruins here, eyes closed, if they didn't lose their goalie. I think the only chance the Lightning have is that they're basically playing against a backup goalie, a second string goalie, right? So I think that's the only thing that's in the favor of the Lightning, because the Bruins are just way too physical, and I think like I said, they have the offensive firepower. So I'm going to go with the Bruins here. I'm going to stick with them. I don't, even if the Lightning were to get past the Bruins, I don't think that they make it to the Stanley Cup. So that's that. Utah Jazz against the Nuggets. This is a matchup that right now Twitch chat is saying 50-50, right? So you guys are split right down the middle. So I'm going to stop here for a second. If you have not placed your pick'ems, we need you to do it right now, because we have a 50-50. We have a tie, a split way tie between Twitch chat, Denver Nuggets against the Utah Jazz. Twitch chat is evenly divided. I need you to stop what you're doing right now, and I need you to enter your pick'ems, because this cannot happen. God damn it. Okay, it's 51-49. I need you to fix that and bring it back to 50-50 so I can have drama here. Okay, so now there you go. It's okay. So here we go. Drama has been reinserted here, gang. No, in all seriousness, our record for pick'ems is 84, and I would love to be able to hit a new milestone today. So if you're out there, if you're lurking or whatever the case may be, and it's not a big deal to you, and you want to jump in the pick'ems, that would be awesome. If you end up winning the pick'ems, you get a $10 gift card. So, hey, that's a bonus too, right? And it's just fun, and, it just kind of gives bragging rights, and we can laugh about it every week. I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz, and I'll break down later why. That'll be part of our NBA discussion. But I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz. I think right now the Jazz just got Michael Conley back, And if we look at some of the real important stats from NBA games, I think you'll find that the Jazz I think have a better shot to make it out of this series, even though when you look at the Denver Nuggets on paper, you would tend to give them the advantage. So anyway, that's that. We're going to go with the Heat over the Pacers. The Heat are up 3-0. I think the Pacers could respond here. The Pacers have kind of a gritty squad, but they're down Sabonis. Oladipo doesn't look like he's actually 100%, even though he's had some flashes. I don't think Oladipo is 100%. I think he should have sat out the bubble and just gone for a full recovery. But so anyway, I mean, the Pacers could fight back here, just kind of like a pride thing, fight back and not go down 4-0. But I'm just going to go with the Heat because I think they're the clear favorites. Islanders versus Flyers. I'm actually going to go Islanders here. And if we get to NHL today, I'll talk about that. But I sat down last night to watch some of the Flyers games. I watched a couple replays, and then I watched their live game yesterday. So they did wind up advancing from their series. However, one of the things that I noticed with the Flyers, and I have been, so in fairness to the Flyers, I've been underestimating the Flyers all season. All season, I've been underestimating the Flyers. But I'm going to go with the Islanders. I like the way they're playing. They're playing real physical. They've got solid goaltending. Offensively, they're doing great. The Flyers' power play offense is super suspect to me. Really, really suspect to me. I just feel like you can't give up those opportunities. Now, granted, they got out to a 2-0 lead yesterday, like super fast. But their power play offense is really suspect. Like it's just I don't know. There's just I think if you're gonna win a championship, you have to be solid in all facets of the game, and I feel like the Flyers are weak in that area. And so I'm gonna go with the Islanders. I think the Islanders are hot, and I think the Flyers have some holes in their game. So that's that. I also need to say thank you to ladies. You need to calm down right now. Do you understand me? This is a direct order, ladies. I need you to calm down. Ladies is brand new to the channel, and has already gifted 25 subs. Ladies, I need you to calm. Mayday. I need you to calm down. Ladies has gifted subs to Cubina, or is it supposed to be Cubina? I don't know. Dazzlodon, I'm Wispy, Hollow Espada, and Crapple. Welcome to the Scrub Nation, and welcome back to the Scrub Nation. Ladies has just gifted you a sub. Honey Badger Swag, Quiz Queer, Acitress, Kenny 23 Time, Kengo T Sauce, Romo, Wolfie, Ryanox, Kappa Jones, and Cathanias. Welcome to the Scrub Nation. You are officially a sub to the channel because Ladies has apparently had a momentary lapse of judgment and gifted 25 subs to the channel this morning. And Zuna, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name's Paul. I go by Cobra GG on Twitch. I've been streaming for 4 years, busting my ass here. I'm a family man, a small business owner. I put in a ton of work into this and just life in general, I guess. And we have a really small channel, but we work hard and try to get to the point where Twitch can be the thing. And so I just want to say thank you for hanging out and welcome. I hope that you enjoy the broadcast. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is video game content. It's 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturdays is 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And that's the sports content. Now, Sundays and Tuesdays are my day off. Sundays is for the family, and Tuesdays is because I have to go to work to try to make that monies, baby, so that we can keep this train going until you guys decide that you're gonna be like, bro, I'm gonna hang out here all the time. So it, like, hey, help me out, hang out here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, baby. But no, in all seriousness, thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. During the week, we do video game content, but we talk about sports. We talk about anything, really. There's not really any topics here that are sensitive, if you will. We have kind of a mature group. We talk about economics, politics. I think the only thing we really haven't discussed is, I guess, been religion. That's probably the only thing I won't talk about on this channel. But so we talk about a lot of different things, and you know, we talk sports throughout the week. Hey, what do you think about this game? Or, you know, what do you think about this guy? Did you hear about what happened with this individual? So if you like video games and you like sports, then maybe you want to hang out here and become part of the crew. We also are trying to do one UFC watch party a month. So we did a UFC watch party in July, and we just did one last week for the UFC event, which was the whole lineup. I think we were on by like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. We all jump in Discord. Everybody has their own instance of the UFC match. We just hang out, drink, eat, and just relax. It's kind of like, you know, everybody just kind of, it's like if everybody came over to my house and we were watching the UFC fight together. So it's a good time until Housen gets there. But anyway, thank you again for all the follows. Politics are the new religion, and religion is a cult. You're gonna see me more often here. I like the channel. Thank you, Lisa, and I appreciate that. That's music to my ears, baby. Oh my gosh, man. Shut the F up. Oh, I'm sorry, Strapjack. But Strapjack, if you're looking for a different type of channel, then what I would say is you go to the top of your Twitch and you can hit like browse, and then you'll find different content. So Twitch is this like giant place, and there's all kinds of content. And so if this isn't your mix, if you're not happy here, that's totally cool. I understand it. It's not for everybody. I would just say, you know, use the resources available and check out some of the other stuff that's going on. Oh, so you're not a Bucks fan, Dongo. I got you. That's okay. I'm not a Bucks fan either. Ladies, I need you to settle down. Ladies, I can't do the show if you keep doing this. Ladies gifting another 10 subs, because apparently Ladies is crazy. We now know who the resident crazy person is on Twitch. Japokoi, Jay Allen, Blessed Hellrider, Delirious Beast, and Abdieli Fish. I think I said that right. I'm really bad with the pronunciation of names. I'm sorry. Jacob, Dr. One Hand, Creepy Uncle, July Maple, and Juderane 747. Welcome to the Scrub Nation. Thank you again. Thank you, ladies. What up, Tough? How's it going? Hypnotic, how you doing? I tuned in here strictly for the Buck shirt. Fire the cannon, son. Nobody seems to care, but Ladies is passed out on the gift button. Someone help him. Hey, Critically, what's up, man? Thank you very much. I'm glad that you did follow. Yeah, that's great, Critically. What's up, Joff Wono? How you doing? Listen to me. This is important. Before we start, so we're going to go into the NBA next. So you guys decide at NBA. We're going to put up a straw poll for you all to decide what the next sport is going to be that we're going to cover. But we are about to start discussing the NBA. However, before we do that, we are at 79 viewers entered into our pick'ems. Okay, I need you right now to put down your drink. I know it's early, it's Saturday, and we've already started, but I need you to just stop for a second, put down your beverage, and I need you right now in Twitch chat to jump into our pick'ems. Okay, 84 is our most ever, never gone higher than 84. I need your help today to get us over 84. Okay, now if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to explain it to you real quick. All right, so this is our pick'ems board right here. These are all the matchups that we're focusing on for the week. Okay, now, so I'm just going to focus on this one down here because this is the one that's closest, right? And my hand apparently disappears if I go too high. All right, so we've got Islanders versus Flyers on this row, and there's a corresponding letter to each team, right? So U is Islanders and V on this row is Flyers, right? And so the way you do this is you're going to type an exclamation point picks, P-I-C-K-S, space, and then put in all the letters for the teams that you think are going to win. Okay, and you can do it all together. You can do it all in one command. That way you don't have to like keep typing in exclamation point picks. We tried to make this as simple as possible for you, so you can just put in all your picks all at once. Now, if what I just explained to you doesn't make sense, you can type in exclamation point pick'em, and that'll give you the rules as well. But so anyway, yes, so the main thing is you can enter in your picks all at once. You don't have to do exclamation point picks and then the letter 5,000 times. You just do them all as like one big giant family. Okay. Also, the way that we structure Saturdays is we go over the previous week's pick'ems. We highlight, we discuss the matchups and what the outcomes were. Then we announce who the winner was, right? The winner of the $10 gift card. Then we open up our pick'ems for the week. We go through and we do our picks together, like we just have done. And then, once we do that, we start covering the different sports. And towards the end of the show, we do something called battle trivia. So what I am saying to you right now, is you do not want to leave here. Okay. Even after you do your picks, you do not want to leave this channel because you're going to want to do battle trivia. Battle trivia is a blast. We have tons of fun. It's really funny. And so you want to stick around. Okay. You want to stick around. Super important. Don't leave or I'm going to find you. I did my first picks ever, just went left column. Hey, listen, that could end up working in your favor, Oof Gang, right? Like you could win the gift card. You never know. You never know, dude. All right, so we're talking NBA, baby. We're talking NBA. So listen, I'm going to go battle trivia is goated. Try to take on the champ on battle trivia. Battle trivia is a lot of fun for sure. So let's talk NBA. So I've got some topics that I've got covered here, but if you want to talk about something specific NBA wise, just hit me with your best shot and we can talk about it. Okay. So that's kind of the nice thing about this show, right? Is in terms of preparation, I make sure that I've got enough content so that we can talk about things, but I also throughout the week am constantly doing research so that I can have any discussion that you want to have. Right. So, outside, like if I don't know something, I'll just say like, hey, I don't know. Right. So whereas if you're watching a show like, let's say First Take, right, they cover what they want to cover and that's it. Right. You don't have any way to interject. However, here we can talk about whatever you want. Covert, does Dame Dollar have enough to beat LA? I think he does, Hapless. And I actually have some stats that we can go into. Here's the problem, Hapless, is Dame Dollar still healthy? So I don't think that Damian Lillard ends up beating the Los Angeles Lakers by himself, right? But I think what I will say is I think the Portland Trailblazers have enough. They've got enough in their toolbox that they can beat the Lakers. Obviously, they showed that game one. But I think aside from that, the Lakers, for whatever reason, they're just weak right now. So if we look at, the Lakers wind up blowing out the Portland Trailblazers in game 2, 111 to 88. Okay, 111 to 88. Now, here's something that's really interesting. So last week when we were talking about the Lakers, I said that in order for the Lakers to make it to the conference finals, the Western Conference Finals, Anthony Davis was going to have to play out of his mind, okay? And so I said Anthony Davis is going to actually have to show us if he's really a superstar or if he's just an all-star, okay? And then I know, like, Brandon is like, bro, you're crazy, dog. Anthony Davis is a superstar. Listen, you got to show me in the playoffs that you're the man for me to say that you're a superstar. And so Anthony Davis hasn't shown me that yet, even after his performance on Thursday night. So Anthony Davis winds up getting 31. He was 13 of 21. That was 13 for 21 shooting, and he was 3 for 4 from 3-point. Okay, he had 11 rebounds. So I mean, dude did great. Okay, he had a plus 32 here. And so Anthony Davis played great. But here's the thing: is LeBron James only scored 10 points. He was 4 of 11. LeBron James is not shooting well. And he had 6 turnovers. So LeBron James, for whatever reason, hasn't emerged. Now, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis play like this, they'll be unbeatable until they get to the Clippers, and then we'll just have to see what happens, right? But aside from this, so Caldwell Pope didn't play in game 1, okay? Caldwell Pope ends up hitting 16. Okay, he was 4 for 6 from 3-point. That's a really big deal. That's a huge deal. Danny Green again continues to not shoot well. 1 for 6. Like, so it isn't that the Lakers don't have the tools to win, because they do, but it's just weird because the guys that they need to rely on to kind of like get them over the edge are not performing. LeBron James is not performing. Danny Green, which was a pickup from the Raptors, and Danny Green had a great playoff run last year is just not shooting well. And Danny Green has been known for this, where like sometimes he just disappears. And so, but that's been the case here in the bubble. Danny Green just is not playing well. So there's some weaknesses here. They're relying on guys like J.R. Smith. So J.R. Smith ends the game with a -7, but he did give them 11 points. Caruso just has not played very well. His shooting's been poor. Cook isn't really getting minutes. He's only played 8 minutes. And then Kyle Kuzma, right? So one of the things we had talked about was Anthony Davis is going to have to be a superstar, and Kyle Kuzma is going to have to be like their third guy that can kind of pop off, right? And that hasn't happened either. Kyle Kuzma's not popped off, right? Anthony Davis right now is kind of like 50-50, and James is not playing out of his mind. And so when I look at the Portland Trailblazers, right, and we look at what happened in this game, so Carmelo Anthony had 2 points, all right. Nurkic had 9 points. Lillard had 18, and Collum had 13, right? And so you didn't see big contributions here. If you look at the turnovers, they had 17 turnovers, and then obviously Damian Lillard got hurt, right? But at that point, the game was kind of just out of reach. So this is a bad game for the Portland Trailblazers, is what I'm trying to tell you. So it isn't that the Lakers played outstanding, right? I think they played really good defense, but when you look at the shooting percentage here, so the Trailblazers shot 40 from the field and they shot 27 from 3-point. Like, that is something that I don't think you're going to see happen often to the Portland Trailblazers. Now, there is the possibility here that it could just be that the Lakers played such great defense that they were able to slow down the Trailblazers. I would like to see this happen some more to be able to then like really be able to say like, listen, don't sleep on the Lakers defense is what I'd like to see. Because if you can shut down the Portland Trailblazers offensively, then the Lakers could do that, I think, to pretty much anybody. Because Nurkic has been playing great. Carmelo Anthony he's had a real nice series here in the bubble. And then Damian Lillard, we obviously know, is out of his mind. Dude can shoot like almost from the logo. So, but I think there might be like a little bit of an asterisk on this because Lillard's hurt, right? So we need to see what's going to happen with that finger. I think the Lakers should have taken this series. I don't think they should have lost game 1. You know, I feel like they should just be head and shoulders above the Portland Trailblazers. But we're seeing that there's just something wrong with the Lakers currently. AD had a great game too, correct. But he still didn't have to do anything come the fourth quarter. We have yet to see if AD will show up late when it's needed. Felonious, I agree with you. Yeah, I think we do not know who Anthony Davis is. We just don't know who it is. Oh my gosh. Hold the phone. Number one, let me make an announcement right here. We're talking NBA right now, but next up is soccer or Futbol. Okay, that's next up. So if you want to talk soccer, if you're waiting on Futbol, then stick around because that's what we're talking next. And I'm going to ask a lot of questions. So soccer is a sport that I'm just learning now, and I've been relying on you guys week over week to teach me about soccer. So I've got some questions for you, okay? So make sure you don't go anywhere because I need you to educate me. Now, the reason why I said like I freaked out is we are one person short of hitting our all-time record, okay, of 100. We've never reached triple digits on pick'ems ever. This has never happened. We need one person to put their pick'ems in. So here's the question. Are you going to be that person? Are you going to be that person? Or are you going to be a quitter and not do it? It's okay. You decide. You decide if you're a quitter or if you've got what it takes to be the 100th person to enter this. I'm just saying, you guys decide that. Let's see here. So Dame's going to play. I think he'll play, but will he be able, like, can he shoot? Can he shoot? I'm from Canada. Do you think the Toronto Raptors have a chance to repeat as NBA champions, and why? Barbecue beef, I do think the Toronto Raptors have a chance, yes. Would I feel better about the Raptors if they had one superstar on their team? Yes. I definitely would feel better if... Thank you very much. Who was the 100th? Because I'm never going to forget you. Who was it? Who was the 100th? Do we know? I was 99. Failfish. Hold on, I'm looking to see who was our 100. Bonbons are yummy. Bonbon. Oye, bonbon. Aquí viene bonbon. Bonbon, thank you very much for being 100. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't bonbon. It was Jim Shoe. Jim Shoe 94. Thank you very, very much. Sorry, bonbon. Jim Shoe, thank you very, very much. Woo woo. Hey, listen, celebrate, baby. That's a big deal, man. That is a really, really... Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you, man. Y'all made my weekend right now. Thank you. Ladies, God. Damn, son. Who the hell? Something's going on here. This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. There's something going on here. There is something going on here. Ladies, seriously, we're gonna actually have to send somebody to your house to check on you. Yeah, we're gonna have to check on Ladies. This is actually insane. Ladies has gifted 50, I can't even speak, 55 subs. I'm a boomer, you're a boomer. I love Star Seas, Kezran, Gardy, TX Ronan, Protus, Visnu, Eastwood, Torek 4. I make you rich. Oh my gosh, really? What do I have to do for you to make me rich? I make you rich. I'm 6 years old. Hunter Safe, Entrousal, Vadak, Gunstar, Huza, Wilgra, Big Daddy Alaskan, and Fitzy. Welcome to the Scrub Nation, courtesy of Ladies. I don't know what's going on here, but it's crazy. Thank you very much, Ladies. I appreciate that. Anyway, so I think it was Barbecue Beef that was asking about the Toronto Raptors. So what I was saying was, would I feel better about the Raptors' chance to make it to the finals again if they had a superstar? Yes. And I know what Raptors fans are going to say. Oh, Siakam's a superstar. Not yet, homie. Not yet. I'm just being legit with you. I think Siakam obviously is an all-star, and I think he's a good talent. But notice I didn't say a great talent because I just don't know yet. Dude's done remarkable things for the Raptors. I think the Raptors have the best coach in the NBA in Nick Nurse. And I actually think that the Raptors are the hottest team in the East right now. Hands down, like easy peasy. But I think that I feel like they don't have the superstar power. And generally speaking, in the NBA, superstars win championships. And so I think that's the big question. I think that the Bucks look weak right now. We're going to do a breakdown on the Bucks similar to what we just did with the Lakers. And the Bucks actually have some really serious issues. Even though they blew out Orlando, when we do that game 2 breakdown, there's some things that really stuck out to me. And so, like, the Raptors, unless the Bucks get their heads out of their butts, the Raptors actually have a legitimate shot to repeat for a finals visit. I think they have outside of the Los Angeles Clippers, I think they have the deepest team. I think they play the most complete basketball in the NBA in that they can rely on, like, every night they can rely on somebody different, which is amazing, right? Like, normally the reason why you need the superstars is because in the pinch, you need the superstar to step up. But the Raptors, it's like night in and night out, it's like somebody else, right? So like Siakam will have a great game and he'll just go off, right? And then you'll have then you'll end up with Ibaka might have like a great game defensively, right? And he just plays like shutdown defense, or he might even have a good offensive game. Van Vliet might go crazy and shoot like 23 pointers, like every night Lowry will just go crazy and he'll end up like shooting from the stripe for like 15 times, right? Gasol might go crazy and like literally knock down threes, have great inside game. So every night it's like they win by committee. And I think they have the best coach. So he's going to out coach everyone else in the NBA. I think the only person that when I think about coaching, I think the only 2 coaches that are in the playoffs right now that I would say will have a battle with Nick Nurse is going to be Eric Spoelstra and Doc Rivers. I think that's it. I think That is like, I think I give the coaching edge to Nick Nurse against anybody else that's left in the bubble or in the playoffs right now, outside of Eric Spoelstra and Doc Rivers. And I'm not saying that I don't give Nick Nurse the edge there. I'm just saying that that's like an even coaching matchup. Like that's a fun matchup to watch, right? So for me, that's where I put them, Barbecue. I think you're bang on with your assessment. Yeah. Wait, so hold on. Let me guess something, Barbecue Beef. Are you a Toronto Raptors fan? Raptors have crazy depth, plus Stanley Johnson was starting to catch fire right before the playoffs. What's up, Bryce? How you doing? Unlike any other, I like that name. But will the Celtics beat the Raps? And I don't think so. No. Richie Rich, what's up, man? Do y'all do a mock draft already? No, we haven't done one yet. No. Shooting 1000. I want Raps Clippers. That would be a freaking really good series, dude. I think that would be an incredible NBA final shooting. Yeah, I really do. Hey, R-Dog, what's up? Did you make the same points about the Blazers shooting bad game 2 with the game 1 and the Lakers? Piggy, explain. What is it that you're... Talk to me. Like, I don't know if I necessarily understand. Hapless, I think Porzingis did deserve to be thrown out because he got 2 technicals. I think the first technical was BS. The second one was legit. Smokey, TKO Smokey, are you out there? Because if you are, I just want to say thank you to you. I really appreciate the sub. Thank you very much. And thank you for the biddies as well, Smokey. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you very, very much. Catnip Forest. Raptors have crazy... Oh, no, I did read that. Yeah, I'm with you, Catnip, on that. The one and only. How you doing? One and only, man. Hey. Are you going to make a run at Battle Trivia later? Yo, from Tampa, the New Jerseys are fire. I haven't seen them. Winkstro City, how's it going? So you live in Tampa? You in Florida? What are you going to do for the Hurricane? Don't bash my Celtics? I'm not bashing the Celtics. I'm not. We could talk Celtics. TKO, thank you for the biddies, man. Do you see the Raptors going back-to-back? I don't know about back-to-back, but I think they do have I think they're the hottest team in the East right now. So I think they have a legitimate shot to get to the finals. Paul George is washed. I don't know. Lano, I'm not a Paul George. It's not that I'm not a Paul George fan. I think Paul George is a really good basketball player, but I don't like, so for like, I have a friend that thinks Paul George is a superstar. I don't think Paul George is a superstar. I think he's an all-star. I think he's a great piece to have, but I don't think he's not going to be, for me, I feel like a superstar is like, you can build a championship team around this one guy. So I don't think Paul George is a superstar. Just like I don't think Jimmy Butler's a superstar. Like a buddy of mine, Brandon, he's like, you know, he thinks like Paul George is or not Paul George. Well, he thinks Paul George is a superstar too, but he thinks Jimmy Butler is. And I just don't think so. You know, like you got to show that, man. You got to prove that, right? Like you got to come up big, baby. Baglio, what's up? Von Dam, how you doing? How long you been? I'm not a Bucks fan, actually. I just, for the sports show, we wear different apparel, or try to anyway, every week, to try to represent other teams, sometimes to troll some viewers that maybe hate a team. So I'll do it just for good fun. Head case with a suitcase, what up, man? Welcome to the channel. Silent, thank you for the gifted sub, brother. Head case with a suitcase, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Who's the hottest team in the West? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, right? Like, I think you would have had to have said the Portland Trailblazers before Thursday night, Tabrio, but I don't know, man. The West just doesn't look that hot to me, right? Like, you see the Mavericks and you think like, wow, the Mavericks could catch fire. You look at the Lakers and I think to myself, man, the Lakers are not playing good basketball right now. They seem like they're not balanced, right? The Clippers they haven't knocked my socks off, like at all in the bubble, period. And so I would have said, if the Portland Trailblazers would have gone up 2-0, I would have said the Portland Trailblazers. But right now, the West is a dogfight, baby. Like the West right now is a dogfight. Cobra, you should cover pro esports like COD and Overwatch. Yo, Butler gonna prove that this year? I don't know, TJ. We'll see, man. We'll see. Are you a Miami Heat fan? What do you think of the rumors of Giannis going to the Raptors? I think every team wants to believe something like that, Legends. Yeah. I think every team wants to believe that. If Giannis went to the Raptors, I think they could win like 3 championships in a row if Giannis went there. What's up, Avash? About to win. What's up? Lakers just won by 30 and benched their starters. Not playing good ball. Come on. Well, so that was the breakdown that I was giving earlier about a win. So again, I don't care who wins or who loses. I watch the games and I try to go with like what my gut tells me, right? I just try to like look at it, analyze what's going on. And so what I would tell you is I think Anthony Davis had a great game. Davis had a great game. LeBron James has not played well in the bubble, period. He did not play well in game 1. He didn't play great, or he's not shooting well. And I think Danny Green continues to struggle. They need him to be a solid 3-point shooter, and he has not been. And so Kyle Kuzma has not been that third guy that can like give them what they need. He hasn't done it yet outside of one game in the bubble. So they're relying on guys like J.R. Smith, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, guys like Caruso and Dion Waiters to give them what they need. And so I think that right now the Lakers, they haven't figured it out yet. Do they have the talent? I mean, yeah, I think they have the talent. I think they have the best player in all of basketball currently, which is I think LeBron James. And I think that Anthony Davis, I think, has the potential to be a superstar in this league, but he's got to prove that. And so game 1, I don't think he did that. In game 2, he gave them what they needed. So I don't think they're playing good basketball right now. I don't. I think I need to see more out of the Lakers to see where they're at. I think before the postponement of the season, I think the Lakers look like the most dominant team in the West. And I think and I was kind of like, I think LeBron James deserves the MVP. So I'm not a hater because that's not what I do. So that's not the deal. It's just that I don't think the Lakers look like a solid basketball team right now. Like, yeah, I mean, you could get a triple double all you want. You can get a triple double all you want. He shot 4 from 11, 0 from 3 from the 3-point line. Okay. He had 6 turnovers. Okay. And he had 10 points. So when I look at that, and actually he did not have a triple double. He did not have a triple double. He had 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. He did not have a triple double. Cody. In game 2 anyway. Oh yeah, you're talking first game. Yeah, so okay, well, I mean, we're not talking about the first game, we're talking about game 2. But in game 1, he didn't shoot well either. Okay. So you could put a points, okay? But that isn't the thing, right? Like, wait a second. I mean, are we trying to say that LeBron James is just like a regular player? If the Los Angeles Lakers are going to win a championship this season, okay? If they're going to, the question was, who is the most dominant team in the West, okay? And my answer was, I don't see one right now. Okay, so that's just so that was, let's get to what we're talking about here. Okay, I don't see one right now. If the Los Angeles Lakers are gonna win the NBA Finals or are gonna make it past the Los Angeles Clippers, LeBron James has to play like a superstar. He can't just be a 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. So and not just that. This is what I said last week. LeBron James is going to have to play like a superstar, the superstar that he is, okay? Anthony Davis is going to have to show us that he's actually a superstar. And I think they're going to need a third guy to step up. And what I had said was, I kind of hope that was going to be Kyle Kuzma, okay? I was hoping, because like J.R. Smith I don't think J.R. Smith is a reliable guy in a 7-game series. He could catch fire, but I don't think J.R. Smith is like a reliable guy. Okay. Dion Waiters. I know people keep talking about Dion Waiters, and I guess maybe could Dion Waiters have a good game? Maybe. But The other possibility is, if, and this is like the other way I think the Lakers could do it, is Anthony Davis, LeBron James play to how we, or at least I, expect those two guys to play, and Danny Green is on fire from 3-point line. If that can happen, then I think that the Lakers can do something. So, and here's the other thing, and this is like another caveat here, is the Lakers can play like this and win a series if they're playing crazy defense. I do think they have the tools to be a very dominant team defensively. But I need to see more of it. I need to see where they're at. Is it just that Portland had a bad shooting night? Because one of the things that happens with teams that are like crazy shooting teams is they might have a bad night and then they come back the next night and they're gonna put some crazy numbers on you, right? So is it just that Portland had a bad night shooting, or is it that the Lakers defense was stout? And so that's one of those things that I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying I need to see more of it so that then I could say yeah, okay, this is where it's at. But I think the main thing is I don't think the Lakers are playing good basketball right now. They're not playing the basketball they need to play in order to win an NBA Finals. That's all. Love when people talk big about guys who literally weren't playing before the bubble for a reason. You're talking about like J.R. Smith shooting? The problem with Lakers is that LBJ has to play point more often with Bradley not playing and Rondo out. Well, I mean, if you go back and you look at most LeBron James teams, the point guard, he usually is the point guard, right? Which I actually don't like, but whatever. I don't know. I guess, I mean, I'm not a basketball strategist or theorist, so maybe it works. But that was one of the things that drove me crazy about the Miami Heat, because I always felt like the Heat needed a point guard, but it seems like LeBron James wants to be the point guard. I actually think the biggest problem with Bradley being out is that Bradley's a reliable 3-point shooter, but more importantly, he's great on defense. And so you need to be able to have a wing that can defend at a high level so that a guy like LeBron James it opens him up offensively. He doesn't have to take the toughest defensive assignment. So them losing Bradley, I think that's the biggest thing, because Bradley makes it so that you don't have to put LeBron James on the toughest defensive assignment wing to wing. J.R. Smith defensively can be a good defender, right? The problem with J.R. Smith is that you just don't know what else he's going to do. So he's a liability offensively unless he's on fire. And then even if he is, he takes crazy shots sometimes. And he's also been out of the NBA for pretty much the whole season. So that's a problem too. Thank you for the follows. And Smokey, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Dreeder. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you, Smokey. Nets are coming back from 3-0. You're out of your mind, Lizzos. What did you just say, Covert? Do you think the Rockets are sneaky contenders? I think the Murnucks, one of the things I was talking about, wait, I just want to make sure, because it's important. I'm not trying to be offensive. I just try to be objective. I'm that guy. What's up? How's it going? I'm glad you agree with me. What's up, Pedro? Did we get a follow-up from that one dude that said that I was crazy or whatever? Get You Fit 2008 wants its rising stars back. Looking at J.R. Smith. Yeah, no, I know that, Hapless. No, I know that he broke a record. I know that, Hapless. Yeah, right. But what is Hapless? What is it that I said? I said LeBron James has to play at a superstar level, and Anthony Davis has to play at a superstar level for them to have a shot. Jazz in 6 prove me otherwise. No, I think the Jazz do take that series. That's why if you look at the pick'ems, I actually picked the Jazz in this upcoming game. No, I don't think we got it. So about to win. I don't think we got a follow-up out of him, did we? You're not wrong. How do you rank the team's top 5 in the league? Oh, okay, good. Okay, so about to win. Sorry, I missed some of your messages there. Guys, really quick, if you are asking me a question, just kind of PSA, make sure to tag me, okay? Because there's a lot going on in chat between pick'ems and people checking their picks, people having side conversations about things. Please make sure to tag me, and that just means when you go to send me the message, put at and then at CoverGG, And then this way I know you're talking to me about things, okay? Give me a quick second. I need to check something. So anyway, okay, so good. So I'm glad we're in agreement then. Lakers just won by 30 and benched their, oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So you and I are we in agreement now about to win, about like where I think the Lakers are and what they need to do to be successful? Boston's not beating Tampa. Ooh, really, Cerberus? Listening while on the road. This is way better than any sports radio. Woo woo. Slap your monkey. What's up? Mavs are going to beat the Clippers. I don't know. Like, listen, I would like to see the Mavs do that because I think that the Mavericks have one of the up and coming teams in the NBA, and it would be cool to see that happen. But even if they beat the Clippers, I don't think they would make it past the Lakers. Caruso dropping 40 tonight? I don't think so, Hapless. I'm a Tampaanian. What do you really make of Brady being here? Seems strange. Sorry, I know it's not basketball. That's okay. Do we know what? Oh, our next sport is soccer, right? Wow, we haven't even like advanced through our thing. Do you think the Lakers will make it to the conference finals? I think they should. Yeah, I think they should. Like, I think just kind of like, I mean, and I don't think this is a controversial thing to say, but I think that the Lakers and the Clippers really should be the ones to meet up in the conference finals, right? Like, I think that should happen, Smokey. Do I think that the Portland Trailblazers could have upset the Lakers? Yeah, I do. Because I just feel like the Lakers are off balance. I feel like they're off balance. Like they could be struck down. They shouldn't be, but they could be. Didn't Luka just sprain his ankle? Yeah, but I mean, you know, that's one of those things. Like, I mean, how serious is it? Like, and that's one of the things to talk about today too, is like with the Celtics, right? Nuggets fan here. Got any Denver takes? I expected them to be a deep run, but I'm a little worried. Jim Shoe, I'm actually with you on that. Yeah, I actually really thought that the Nuggets. So like the Mavericks are really good, but I like, if you would have asked me prior to the restart if the Nuggets would make a deeper run in the playoffs, or like would it be the Nuggets or the Mavericks to make a deeper run, I feel like the Mavericks have more upside potential than the Nuggets do. However, I think I think and I thought that the Mavericks like were like a year away from doing that, whereas I felt like the Nuggets already have the playoff experience and they have the personnel. And so I'm actually quite surprised with the Utah Jazz overtaking the Denver Nuggets. But this has been something that we've been talking about every single week, is that the bubble is just weird, right? Like going back to the Lakers, right? Where like the Lakers were just playing really dominant basketball prior to the postponement of the season. And then in the bubble, it's just been like really wonky. He can win the whole thing, not gonna lie. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that he can win it all. I mean, is there like an outside chance? Like, I think there's probably like a 10 to 20% chance that the Heat could make it to the finals, but a lot would have to go right for them. Duncan Robinson would have to shoot out of his mind. Tyler Hero has to start playing at a higher level. Jimmy Butler needs to be Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo needs to be Bam Adebayo. And sleeper Dragic has to be a big part of the offense. But there's no way without Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero shooting out of their minds that the Heat make it to the finals. And I don't think they would win. I think I'd give the Heat zero chance to win the NBA finals. What do you think about the Packers this year? Will they take the division? I don't know, man. The Packers, I think they hosed Aaron Rodgers, you know. Portland to sweep the Lakers? That's actually impossible, Jewish. Do you believe that the Bucks will reach conference finals if Middleton doesn't get his... No. Okay. So that's actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to skip around here a little bit. So here I put, and we can, this kind of like, we've already kind of started talking about this, but Bucks and Lakers, right? And so here's the thing. If we look at the Milwaukee Bucks, right? If we look at the Milwaukee Bucks, so the Bucks wind up blowing out the Orlando Magic. I mean, it wasn't even close, right? But when I look at this breakdown, one of the things that really concerns me is that Middleton was 1 for 8 from the field and 0 and 4 from 3-point. He literally had 2 points. Okay. He also was responsible for 4 turnovers. I mean, it's amazing to me, but his plus minus is a 1, which is crazy to me. Middleton is not playing well right now. And Middleton was a guy that they signed because they thought he could be the second piece on that team. Now, Lopez bounced back and had a great game, right? I mean, he really did. His plus minus was a 12. He had 20 points. His rebounds were kind of unusually low. But I got to tell you, the 2 guys that I think really stick out to me for the Bucks, and the Bucks could do, the Bucks could still do what they need to do. And what I mean by that is they could make it to the conference finals if Connaughton and DiVincenzo play like they played. Okay. So Connaughton was 5 for 8 from 3-point. That's huge. Okay. That's huge. He had 11 rebounds. So he had 15 points, 11 rebounds. All right. It's a really big deal. DiVincenzo was 4 for 9. Okay. So, I mean, he was almost a 50% shooter there. Right. And then he had 11 points. He was a plus 7, right? So I feel like DiVincenzo's a guy that can give you something good. But Connaughton, like, so for me, and like Bledsoe winds up 6 for 12, so exactly 50%. He had 13 points. And Bledsoe is a guy, like, here's the thing. I think Middleton needs to be your second guy there. I really do. Like, I think he needs to be that guy. However, if you can have Brook Lopez, if you can have Brook Lopez have a good game, Eric Bledsoe have a good game, and then Connaughton or DiVincenzo can have kind of like a really shining moment. As long as you kind of have that committee, I think you still have a shot. The problem that I see is that Middleton was killing it in the bubble before the playoffs actually started, though. He will be fine. Middleton was right. Yeah, Middleton is a really important piece shooting. Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Who you said our only threat is Boston? To who? Who's the only threat? Like, I'm sorry. You're saying Boston. So Boston is the only threat to who? Unlike any other. Such an incredibly hard spot to be in for a small market with a star player. Giannis was vocal about advocating for Chris Middleton. So what can Milwaukee do? He's not a max guy, in my opinion, but they can let Chris go. They can't let Chris go and potentially upset Giannis, or they can sign Chris's extension. Now they're stuck with Chris, but if Giannis leaves anyway, where does that leave the organization? Right. Yeah. So this has happened in the past with other teams, and it's not just a small market team thing too. Like, so when the Miami Heat were trying to court LeBron James to re-sign with them, right after he opted out, he had like talked, I can't remember who the guy was, but he had like talked about some player, and so the Heat went out and got him, right? And then he obviously didn't re-sign with them, and he kind of hosed them, right? Do you think the Wolves can get Devin Booker? And if they can, would it make them a contender? I think Devin Booker, out of that class, I think he's the best. Yeah, I think Devin Booker's great. Wahum Sam. I wouldn't want to see him go to the Wolves, though. I think you know, like, what's that saying? It's like jumping out of the fire into the frying pan or something like that. Like, leaving the Suns to go to the Wolves sounds terrible to me. Would you consider Tampa radio? What does that mean, Random Bullet? Explain yourself. Talk to me. What do you mean, Random? What do you mean would I consider Tampa radio? Young Algae, how's it going? Your top 5 shooting guards in the bubble? Oof, I don't know. I'd have to like go through a list on that. Let's God. I'm not sure. Celtics got the East, not even close. What do you think about Luka Doncic's performance in the bubble? Now that's a trash point guard. Bro, I love the stream, Covert. Lakers all day. All right, Hapless. Listen, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Like, again, you know, like, I kind of just go through what I'm seeing in the storyline. So, I mean, I think the Lakers got a legit shot. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Thank you, Mac Taters. Yeah. Right, it was Shabazz. There you go. That's the guy. Thank you, Bout to Win. Yeah, so, like, LeBron kind of hosed them on that, right? Not just that, but, you know, the Heat had actually so the rumor was, so Kyle Lowry came to Miami and interviewed with the Heat, not interviewed, but, you know, he did like the free agent thing, right? And so he had expressed interest in signing with the Heat, and the Heat couldn't make him an offer because they were waiting on LeBron James. LeBron James strung the Heat along. Lowry finally wound up signing with the Toronto Raptors, and I really am fond of Kyle Lowry. So I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen like that. I mean, you can't lament it, but you can. You know what I mean? What's up? How's it going, Regis? I never knew the NBA is playing right now. Is that right, FIFA Dad? Yeah, it's back, man. It's back. Go Bucks. Are you able to leave the mic alone for over 30 seconds? I'm not, Fiddle, because I'm like, so as I move around, like I try to keep it close. This mic, unfortunately, is what they call a studio mic, which means that you have to be like really close. Like the closer you are to it, the better it sounds. And so what happens is I'm trying to keep it close to me all the time. Lowry is a stud. Yeah, I agree with you, Legend. Lakers need to keep up the shooting and can win the chip. Yes, that's right, FIFA, correct. Kyle's the best at drawing fouls. But he's a major flopper. Bro, come on. Listen to me. Kyle Lowry is a major flopper. You need to set up a bot to respond to people saying anything about Tampa or Bucks to respond that you just like to wear random teams merch. Not more than Harden. I mean, there's a lot of floppers in the NBA. Kyle Lowry is, I think he's the best flopper. Like he draws the contact, so it is a foul. It's just that he sells it so well, which I think he becomes a very frustrating player to play against. This is great content, by the way. Great chat engagement, and thank you, Jim Shu. I appreciate that. Looks like it's time for a choker and a chain. It will pull it around for you. Match the mask. Listen, they don't know about the mask, Wolfgang. That's between you and I. What's up, Grant Cook? How's it going? Marcus Smart 2. Paul Pierce, the flop goat. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Mbrush. He did it 30 seconds, no mic touch. Woo! My Nuggets are looking so bad. They are actually fabulous. The Nuggets are, if they get eliminated, is a huge disappointment. I'm not gonna lie. I would tell you that if this would have happened without the bubble, I think that you have to take a hard look at the coaching staff. Even though I think the coach is great, I think you have to do something. Like, you have to make a move. If this would have happened outside of like a bubble situation, I'm not sure that it would have, but if it did, I think you have to take a hard look at that organization, because that's a problem. I don't know, man. It would be hard for me to fire somebody right now. The Pelicans fired their coach, and recently, I think it was like last week, and I don't know, like, for me, that's tough. Like, right now it's crazy, dude. I'm telling you, like, if you look at the Lakers, you look at the Clippers, the Bucks, the only team that is playing the way that I expected them to play before the bubble is the Raptors. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Raptors, I think I said they're the hottest team in the East, but I guess they're the hottest team in the NBA right now. They're also facing the Nets, so like they got a very favorable matchup. But that said, the Bucks are facing the Orlando Magic, and they lost game 1, and they didn't look good. Like, they were dominant in game 2, but when you look at the breakdown, they still have problems. I don't know. Donovan Mitchell's on a mission. Yeah, so I have Mitchell in here. So I put here Mitchell real deal ? I gotta tell you, I'm not a Donovan Mitchell fan. I'm not. They lost game 1 and dude dropped a bunch. And I know, like, the same people that are like, bro, but game 1, LeBron James. So I get it. Like, listen, I understand that, guys are going to have really good games. But there's something about Donovan Mitchell. He could end up showing it to me. Like, he could end up proving it. But right now, I'm just not convinced about Donovan Mitchell. I think, you take a look at his game 3 stats here. He was 5 of 13. Right, he was 2 for 6 from 3-point land. He had 20 points. So that's those are good stats. But I mean, shooting wise, he wasn't very efficient. The tale here was that Mike Conley was back, and Mike Conley did what he does. Right, when you look at their turnovers, so the Denver Nuggets had 17 turnovers. And the Utah Jazz had 10. Right, that's a big deal, especially when Rudy Gobert shoots 11 of 15. Right. He gets 24 points, 14 rebounds, and then Mike Conley comes back as your floor general, okay, and drops 27. So I actually feel like Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, and Donovan Mitchell can make something happen. But there's just something about Donovan Mitchell. It's interesting. Mike Conley's not there, and he, like, plays crazy. but he was his plus minus in game one was a negative 11. I don't know, man. I'm like, so there's a lot of talk because, you know, Donovan Mitchell's a free agent at the end of the season, and I just like, I have no interest in him. I just don't. I think physically he's 6'1", so he's a small guard, right? And I feel like although his averages are up year over year, it's like slight. And so I'm not with it. If you had $10, how will you bet them for what team would win the championship? And in my opinion, Russell Westbrook in his career is a destroyer of good team play. Do you agree? So I guess if I had $10 and you were telling me right now I had to put it on a team, I would put it on the Raptors, because I do think the Raptors are the hottest team in basketball. And I love their coaching. So I think I'd have to put it on the Raptors. I'm not sure that any of that's going to happen, but like, if I had to decide right now, I would have to go with what I think is I don't know. No, I'd put it on the Clippers, actually. I think I put it on the Clippers because I think the Clippers are the safest bet. I think they're the safest bet. So I'd put it on the Clippers. Russell Westbrook, I don't know. I mean, I think Russell Westbrook, like recently I was watching the Houston game, and, you know, Russell Westbrook is out because he's hurt, but Russell Westbrook was on the sidelines cheering on his teammates, and you saw something out of James Harden that you had never seen before. Was like James Harden was like actually animated. James Harden, it was the first time that I saw James Harden not look like his give a shitter wasn't broken. Like, James Harden is usually like pouting or like not animated, not excited, you know, like unless he's yelling at a referee. And now you're seeing James Harden excited for his teammates. I don't know. Like, I think Russell Westbrook actually may be creating a better atmosphere in Houston than there was prior. Hey, Cowboy, what's up, brother? How you doing? Holy shit, Covert actually knows a lot about this. To take the next step, Don needs to improve his handles and his efficiency, part of which is the team surrounding him with contributors. His game as a whole lacks finesse, so he's inconsistent. Donovan is too busy playing with some thoroughbreds. Well, there's a rumor that he wants to come to Miami, but I don't know. You talk to Brandon and it's like he knows all those rumors. If it's a Miami rumor, Brandon knows it. What's up, Lynx 305? Do you think Seattle will get the Sonics back? No. Lucky Pothole, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good morning. Skip Buddies, how you doing? How about you, Kareem? You didn't tell me what you think. What's your take on Bol's performance? Let me just catch up here. Clippers are going to get eliminated by the Mavs. No, they're not. You're wrong about that, Cope. Wish you would cover Supercross and Motocross. Smokey, there's only so much time, you know what I mean? I'm rooting for the Nuggets. I don't closely follow NBA, but I like Jokic. I like Jokic too, Booze, but you know, one person doesn't win you the thing, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Crash? How you doing? Taco, good morning. D Moore, the Rockets about to win the championship. Somebody was asking me about the Rockets earlier. So I think that the Houston Rockets actually, we were talking about this, and I think that the Houston Rockets create chaos because of the way they're playing, the way that their basketball team is structured right now. And
to randomly see you on the front page. Keep killing it, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, that was very kind of you. Oh, it's Poltax. What's up, Poltax? How are you, bud? How's it going, man? Thank you very much. Thanks for the 6th spot, bro. How are you, dude? You good? That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. So I think that Houston thrives in chaos. They create chaos, again, because of the way their basketball team is structured currently. And they thrive in that chaos. And so I do think that the Houston Rockets could beat any team in the NBA on any given night. I think they have to have Russell Westbrook. So without Westbrook, I don't think they're going to make it anywhere. But if they had Westbrook and they continue to play the way that they've been playing, I do think that the Houston Rockets could play an upset card against any team in the NBA. And I mean any team. But, you know, we're not there. So they got to get Westbrook back. Yeah, Johnny. I mean, well, you know, that's one of those things, right? Like, You miss on picks and you hope you get others, but the Kings have not had a good run ever. So I'm glad to hear that, Poltax. Young fam, how's it going? I need the Pacers to win today. I need some big bucks. They could. I mean, here's the thing, Young. I don't think there's any chance. What's up, Aiden? How's it going? I don't think there's any chance that the Pacers take the series, but like just as kind of like a pride thing, I could see the Pacers taking a game now to avoid a sweep, right? Like getting charged up about it and laying it all out on the line, right? The Heat might kind of let their guard down. You know, the Heat could end up letting their guard down here and kind of take a night off. But I think there's zero chance they win the series, but like a pride thing, the Pacers organization's a really gritty organization. They've got some gritty players there. I think the biggest problem for the Pacers is they don't have Sabonis and Oladipo is not 100%. Do you think with Van Vliet's contract being up after the season, do you think the Raptors will pay him big money? I don't think so. I mean, if he's trying to get like a crazy deal, I don't think so. And I think they're better served letting him go. Oh, my word. Lucky Pajo coming in with 10 gifted subs. Chubby HD, Pound Cake, C-Mass, Mozzarella Grill, Telmo, Rubber, some short people, Laugh Out Loud Rega, and I'm sorry, Mox S2 and Cooper Okami. Welcome to the Scrub Nation, courtesy of Lucky Pajo. That's my brother right there. Thank you, Lucky. Appreciate the support, brother. Thanks for stopping by this morning as well. Shout out to Cowboy Punk as well. I know you're out there. What it do, bro? I will go with experience and say Lakers, and the second reason is the bench, including an Apocalypse, Alex Caruso. Okay. I mean, I don't think their bench has played very well, but so I would disagree on their bench play. I think they have potential there, but I actually like Contavious Caldwell Pope has been inconsistent. Kyle Kuzma's been inconsistent. Caruso's been inconsistent. J.R. Smith's been out of the league for the whole season, and he's always been inconsistent. Dion Waiters has barely played any basketball this entire season because of what was going on with the Heat and all the trouble he was causing. So he's not ready for consistency. Yeah, I don't see consistency on their bench outside of Dwight Howard currently. But I mean, it could happen, right? And Rondo's been out. Did you pay any attention to the draft lottery results? Any predictions for the draft? No. Here's the thing, Wahoo Sam. So I mean, I know how the picks kind of like shaped up or whatever, but the thing is that, you know, without having March Madness, we didn't get to see a lot of that college basketball to make determinations about who really is who, right? And so, like, I see the NBA draft this season just like I think I see the NFL draft, the upcoming NFL draft in 2021, which is like there's a whole bunch of unknowns, right? We didn't get to see people in their senior season play at the highest level, and so there's a lot of question marks. And so the NBA draft, very much like the NFL draft, is just like, it's like a non-factor for me right now, you know? Who do you think is playing in the Stanley Cup Finals this year? Hey, what's up, little Grux? How's it going? Kuzma's so bad, just too much ego for no reason. Where were you a Bucks fan before or after Brady? I'm actually not a Bucks fan, Sean. For the show, I just wear different attire, so I'm just wearing it today to kind of troll and, you know. But I am from Florida, but I don't have a team per se. Like, I don't have a team that I'm like a fan of. I'm more objective when it comes to sports. Hey, Charlie, what's up, buddy? How's it going? And Sean, welcome to the channel. Stanley Cups, I think for me, the Bruins are my top team still, although there's some questions there now that they lost their goaltender. Okay, we do have to move on to football, to soccer here. And no, I'm not a bandwagoner because I don't really, like, I don't care who wins or loses. So it's not a bandwagon situation either. I try to be objective about what's going on, you know, and like, I don't have any skin in the game, so I'm not waiting for a team to emerge as the favorites to say like, oh, I want the, oh yeah, I'm a Raptors fan, let's say, right? Like, I think the Raptors are the hottest team in the NBA right now, but you don't see me saying like, man, I hope they win it, right? because I don't care if they win it or not. I'm just I'm observing what's going on and trying to discuss that and kind of report on it. Also, shout out to Silent for gifting a sub to Hapless. Appreciate that, bro. Wait, you don't have a b-ball team? No, I don't have any sport, any team. Did the headband cost you roughly $2? About $1 an ear. You got to do a Shannon Sharp and wear that goat mask. Actually, Shannon Sharp's actually my favorite guy of all the analysts. He's my favorite. Yeah, he really is. I think he does a great job. Anyway, all right. So I guess we're gonna move on unless there's anything else for the NBA, because we do have to move on to soccer. Real quick, I'm just gonna go over the pick'ems here. So what you see here is this is our pick'ems board. You're gonna see these are all the matchups that we're featuring for the week. Whoever wins the most amount of games here gets a gift card at the end of the week, right? So next week we start the show going over the pick'ems results, and then we announce who the winner was. So this week it was Sloppy McFloppy. At any rate, if you want to get your picks in, today is kind of like is a big deal. This is the most participation we've ever gotten in our pick'ems. We are over 100. This is the first time we've ever gone into triple digits. So I want to say thank you to you for making that happen. You guys made that possible, and I appreciate it. But if you haven't put your picks in and you want to get them in, before the end of the show, because once we move on to our game show, so there's going to be a sports game show at the end of the broadcast. So what that means is you don't want to go anywhere. Okay. Because when we finish talking about, soccer and probably one other sport, we are going to move into our sports game show, which you want to be a part of because it's a lot of fun. Okay. But anyway, so when we move into that, the pick'ems will be closed. So if you have not gotten your picks, you want to do that right now. So the way this works is you're going to see there's 2 columns, right, that represent each team. And then each row is a matchup between each team. Okay. So you'll see here the Islanders have advanced to the second round of the playoffs, and so have the Flyers, and they're going to face each other this week. So it's going to be Islanders versus Flyers. There's a corresponding letter to each team. The Islanders are U and the Flyers are V. So when you enter your pick'ems, if you think the Islanders are going to beat the Flyers, then you want to use the letter U to make that pick. Now, how do you do that? The way it works is you type in !picks, space, and then the letter that corresponds to each team that you think is going to win. You don't have to do this multiple times. What you actually can do is type !picks and then just put a string of all the letters that correspond to the team that you think is going to win. This way you don't have to like spam chat. It also is less annoying for you. You don't have to put the command in 100 times. You just do it once and you chain together all those letters, okay? All right, so that's our pick'ems. Give me a quick second. I'm actually going to sit down for a bit, so I will be right back. I'll leave you with a little bit of music, and then we're going to talk some Futbol, okay? Some Futbol. Let me get us moved over. To soccer real quick. Also, if you haven't noticed, if you see the screens changing right now, so there's a ticker down here at the bottom, and that is the topic that we're discussing at the moment. Okay, I'll be right back. We are back, baby. All right, so hopefully I'll be fiddling less with my fiddle here, my fiddle stick. What's up, Charlie? How's it going? Whoa, is that a new high for pick'ems? It is, Joe Ark. It is. So let me take a look. How are we doing? 136. That is amazing, dude. That is amazing. 136. Thank you so much to everybody that's here today. I know a lot of people lurk on Twitch, and we love lurkers here. Lurkers, are like are part of the fuel that gets us going every day. So thank you for lurking, but I appreciate you kind of coming out of your shell or out of your lurk to participate in the pick'ems. Thank you very much. Hopefully you win so that it'll be worth it for you. Don't sleep on the Flyers. Price was a much better goalie than Islanders have. Price is a good goalie. Yeah, he is. But my thing, OG, about the Flyers is just like, I question their ability on the power play, and I don't think that's going to work against the Islanders. I think you have to be able to capitalize on every opportunity, and I don't think they're doing that right now. Saw the Bucks gear on the homepage, had to hop in here and follow. What up, Slim? Valor, how you doing? Flowers, me Gustavo. How you doing, Gustavo? ¿De dónde eres? Yeah, PP is trash. I don't know why they haven't changed. Dude, their power play line is bad, bro. Bad. Like, forget about scoring. I'm not even talking about scoring, OG crazy. I'm not even talking about scoring. I'm talking about keeping the puck in the zone. They can't keep the puck in the zone. First time seeing your stream. You got yourself a regular viewer. About to win. Thank you very much, man. You know what? About to win. You know why? Like, you know why that makes me feel good? I'm going to tell you why. It's because you said it, right? And the reason why is I was trying to give an objective analysis of where I think the Lakers are at right now. Okay. Which most times, right? Like we were talking about how with sports, people are very emotional about their teams, right? And so you hear that and like right out the gate, people are like, oh my gosh, this guy's a hater. But you know, you and I, we had a conversation, right? I kind of I laid out what my views are, right? And I gave you the reasons why. And now we have a mutual respect for each other because we agree on some things and disagree on others. And so for me, it makes me really happy that I'm able to articulate those viewpoints and not have somebody go crazy on me, right? And so I appreciate that bout to win. I do. I appreciate it. If they struggled against the Habs, they're gonna have a rude awakening against the Isles. NBA must condemn Montrezl Harrell for the racist remarks during last night's game. I don't know what happened with that, so I'll have to look into that. Unrivaled. I don't know. We'll see. Their power play was a lot better the last two games. I know, but well, they didn't score on the power play though. I mean, those two opening goals were not on the power play. I'm just talking about their offensive efficiency during a power play. Like, you have to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking soccer. What's up, Ty Guy? How's it going? Let's go, Miami. PSG will beat Munich. Really? Hot take, Dali. You really believe that, or are you just trying to troll? All right, so we're talking Futbol right now. We're talking soccer, baby. We talking soccer. Actually, really important. I just want to say thank you to everybody that hung out here today. Don't forget, we still got some stuff to cover today. And we also have our battle trivia that we're gonna do. You don't want to leave. You want to be a part of that battle trivia. It's a lot of fun. It's our sports game show that we do at the end of the broadcast. So you want to make sure you get in on that as well. Okay. That's okay. Hapless, you know what? I didn't know anything about soccer either. And I've been learning as I go along. So I usually have a lot of questions. So here, you know what, Hapless, here, let me give you a quick rundown on this. Okay. So Manchester City is a team that recently was embroiled in a scandal. So they violated rules that allowed them to pay players more money than you're allowed to do, kind of like a salary cap, if you will. And so they violated those rules, and so they were banned from like the premier event, which is considered Champions League. Okay, so they appealed that ruling and it was overturned, and so they were allowed to come into Champions League. They got upset by a team that they really should have outperformed, which was Leon. And so anyway, so they wind up losing 1-3 against Leon. Can I say Leon? Is that right? Or not? And so anyway, so in the meantime, Lion isn't a bad team though. I'm not saying they are. They made it to Champions League, right? They made it to Champions League, but they were not the favorite in that match. I mean, can we agree that it was a huge upset though? IMG Robe or no? Leon got the best out of Bayern and just couldn't execute, and PSG are not missing those chances. I got you. Okay. I believe that's correct. Okay, Niosis, thank you. Leon put up a good fight against Bayern if you watch the game. Understood. I'm not saying they didn't. I'm just saying against Manchester City, that was an upset. I would just want to make sure that I'm right, because again, I'm still learning. So this is a legit question. I mean, how many of you had Leon over Manchester City? Sterling really screwed this team over, missed an open net. You're right. It would have been an upset. I love that you're asking questions, dude. Yeah. I'm trying to learn. So yeah. So it's funny. Like, we had somebody here really early on in the show that came and they're like, dude, you're an idiot. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I was like, I'm learning, you know, like, so there's things that I really know about, right? And that I can like give objective analysis on. And then there's things that I'm still trying to learn. And I'm not afraid to say that, right? Like, I'm not here trying to pretend to be one thing or the other. Like, I'm just a guy that streams on Twitch, and we talk sports and we have a good time. And when I don't know something, I'm going to ask, and I'm hoping that you guys can help me learn. Now, it is important to take certain things with a grain of salt, because if we know something, it's that Twitch chat is always wrong. Okay. In particular, a guy named Reimerhausen. If you see Reimerhausen in chat, you just automatically assume that he's wrong. By the way, I almost forgot to say this, but Reimerhausen, thank you for the 5 gifted subs to Guy Jr., Nerdy Gentleman, Johnny CTP, Rachel Boo, and Al Azieth. Also, shout out to Three-Legged. I hope you're still out there, brother. I'm sorry I'm late on this. Three-Legged gifted a sub to Richard Mack, Emergency Pain, Nuke 87, Razik, and Scarlet Karma. Thank you very much. Also, a special thank you to everybody that's followed the channel today. Thank you very, very much. No one in their right mind. Right. Thank you, Days. Yeah. Man City was a big favorite against Leon. Right. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Silent. Okay, so we have NFL up next, assuming that we have the time to get into the NFL as well. What's up, boy? How's it going? Definitely an upset. Perennial Premier League title contender versus upper mid-table in Liga. Do you think Christian Pulisic is going to be a superstar? He's very young, but has constantly improved. Wahoo Sam, I do, but I have one major concern for Christian Pulisic, which is his health. It seems like he's been hurt quite a bit on and off. And so you have to be durable, in particular for Chelsea, because Chelsea currently, like, they're way too dependent on Pulisic offensively, like way too dependent on him. He's out and they fall down. And so like their offensive structure really starts to struggle. It's kind of similar to how when I watch the Heat, and like, so the Heat, when they don't have Dragic at point guard, they really struggle to get offensive flow. What do I mean by that? So does that mean that when Dragic has not played, that the Heat can't score? No, they can. However, there's no rhythm, there's no continuity, there's no structure. They're looking for broken plays in order to score. And so that's a problem, right? Like, you want superstars to elevate you when you need them most, right? But you need to have the organizational structure so that this way, when your superstar is not having that great of a game, or when the defense on the other side of the ball is playing like at a high level, that you still have a system in place, right? So you need somebody to organize that system. And I think what's happening is kind of like with the Heat, the same thing with Chelsea from what I've seen, because I've seen a lot of Chelsea, is that they kind of fall apart when Pulisic isn't there. They're looking for a broken play in order to make something happen, or for something that like is not like, it's not something that you can rely on consistently. And so Pulisic is a big problem, I think, for Chelsea, in that he seems to miss games a lot. He's got to work on his conditioning and on his health so that he can be available to them. But I also think Chelsea as an organization needs to bring up another striker, and I think that they need to address at least one defender, if not two. Again, I'm a novice. I don't know a lot about soccer. This is just what I have been trying to observe over the last 3 months or so. And so if you think that I'm saying something wrong, or you think that maybe my analysis is off because I don't know a certain thing, like, you can hit me with it, and we'll take it into consideration. Leon is a good team, but they're like the Jets, a good team, but not as good as a lot of the others. And Manchester City is like the Saints, so no one thought Leon was gonna win. Thank you, Steel Toe. I appreciate that. PSG has better players, but Bayern does better as a team. If PSG would play together like Bayern, does soccer would be boring. It depends on how well PSG performs as a team for tomorrow. My bet is on Bayern. Me too, Days. Yeah. So if you look at my pick, I went with Bayern on this. And I think because momentum in sports is such a big deal, momentum actually in anything you do is a really big deal. So like getting up every morning and putting in the work and pushing the ball forward, whether it be in a business that you own, in a job that you do, or in a sport, is a really big deal. Because momentum, like when you have momentum, right, and you're pushing forward, when success hits, you can start to chain success, right? Whereas if you take your foot off the gas, you end up with these like gaps or like momentary losses. And so I think right now Bayern has this really great momentum that they could ride, right? They've got that great team unity, and they're the best team I've seen play so far. I haven't seen a team play better than Bayern in any of the soccer that I've watched over the last 3 months. Abraham is a good player as a striker, bro. He is, but he's so I think he's good. He's a great physical talent, Dan Gibbs, from what I've seen. I think he is a great physical talent, but he doesn't seem like a well-rounded player yet, if that makes sense. I don't think that Abraham, right, is I think that can't be the only move Chelsea makes. And I know Abraham's already on there. I'm saying I think Chelsea needs to make a move to add an additional striker, and they need to continue to cultivate Abraham into a more well-rounded player versus just being this great talent, because he's very quick, right? And he's physically he's got a great stature, right? So he can overpower guys. I think they just have to continue to I say cultivate, but that's not to develop him. So I think that's important, but I think they also need to add a piece there, and I think they need to do something defensively. They need more defenders. They brought in Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech. So I don't know those guys, Saj, again, because I'm new to soccer, but if you're saying those are good defensive pieces, then that's good, because I think that's what they need to do. Can we do NFL now? Everyone's watching is from America. Big Boy Bebby, the way that it works is every time that we start a new sport to talk about, then chat gets to decide what the next sport is that's going to get discussed. So if there's people here that want to speak about one thing, they get to pick it. I don't pick what we do. So NFL is next, though. Tammy Abraham is going to get no playing time behind Warner next year. Is that right, Knicks fan? I would agree. Isn't Werner a striker? I'm not sure, because I don't know. I don't know those guys. Chelsea just signed Werner and Ziyech. That's good. That's what they need to be doing, guys. Yeah. That said, I think as far as Champions League is concerned, I think, Chelsea had a great run in Premier. I think they've had a lot of momentum, but they have holes that needs to get fixed. But I think in terms of Champions League, I think Manchester City probably a big disappointment. I think that's a great disappointment for them. However, I think that for soccer fans, they're probably pretty happy, because it seems like everybody does believe that Manchester City is a bunch of cheaters. So it's nice to see, if they were cheating, assuming they were cheating, I always want to see cheaters fail. So, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the real thing is. Your NBA pick of the day, including spread. I don't know, because I don't know spreads. I don't gamble, Sean. NBA pick of the day. Raptors are gonna beat the Nets. Like if I wanted a safe pick, I guess. Let me see here. What's up, French Prince? DCM, how you doing? Smooth Runnings, how you doing? Hawkeye, what up? Werner's a striker, not a defender. Okay, there you go. Puffin Muffin, what's up? Welcome back. I think I saw Sky in here earlier. What's up, Sky? How you doing? Raps don't play today. Oh, I thought he was just saying for this week. Nico. Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was just talking about in general. Soccer's easy, but NBA is hard as well. What do you mean, to learn? I don't know. I mean, the NBA, I don't know. I think the NBA is actually not that difficult. Yeah, I guess it probably just depends on what you know, right? Like, so when you don't know a sport, it's harder to discuss, right? It's harder to learn it, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think soccer is difficult to learn. I think the one thing that's helped me with soccer is that I've liked hockey since I was young, and so interestingly enough, I watch sports with my kids now. And so we were watching hockey, and my youngest comes over and he says, he's like, hockey's a lot like soccer. And I was like, well, it is and it isn't, right? Like, so he's like, well, the general structure, right? So this is a 7-year-old that's saying this. He's like, they have a goalie, right? And there's a goal. There's offsides. They have lines with offsides, right? He's like in soccer you can't touch the ball with your hands unless you're the goalie, and then in hockey you're not allowed to grab the puck, right? Like you could swat it down. So like we were kind of talking about that, and I think that some of those similarities have made understanding soccer. I mean, I did play soccer when I was really young, but like for like a blip. I think I played like 2 seasons when I was like probably under 10 years old. But I think that hockey's helped me understand soccer a bit more. And chat has done a great job of helping me. Actually, Reimerhausen's been like pretty clutch about teaching me stuff too. I'm not really up to speed with this stuff. What are the cheating accusations about? I just think of them as the throw money at the team and hope it works club. So Danny, apparently they violated essentially what is like, it's the rules of the governing body for soccer. And it's essentially like the salary cap, right? So what they did was they had one of their sponsors, right? So the way that the salary cap works in soccer is that the more money your team generates, the more you're allowed to spend on players. And so what they did was the owner of the team sponsored the team and then overinflated what that sponsorship was worth, so that then it would put them in a different bracket salary cap wise, so that they could pay players more money, which then creates an unfair advantage for them. It's not a salary cap. I know I said it's essentially a salary cap, kind of. I'm kind of to explain it to somebody. Like Danny said, he's not up to speed on this stuff, so I'm just trying to kind of give him a layman's explanation. It's a checks and balance called financial fair play, yeah, which is kind of like a salary cap. It's how much money they spend on players. Yo, what up, Lambsworth? How's it going, man? How you doing? My Saturday is going well, dude. Having fun. How about you, brother? It's a joke, to be honest. I kind of agree with you. Yeah, I don't like the system that revolves around soccer. Hey, what's up, Trance? How's it going? All right, so Man City gets upset, right? So we've got PSG versus Bayern. That is going to be tomorrow, right? So I mean, I hope we're all going to be watching that. All right, Hapless, you take it easy, man. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday, Hapless. Hopefully I'll see you. Hopefully I'll get to see you. So we got PSG versus Bayern. That is one of the picks on the pick'ems. So I went with Bayern. On that. Now, my question, and this is important. My question is, what's next? So what happens after Champions League? Because I don't know, right? Like, does Premier League start back up? Like, what is the next big league? And then what's the next big championship? Do we have to wait for Champions League next year? Like, where are we at? What's up, Hunter? How you doing? The leagues come back. Okay, so then all the leagues come back, and they play for how long? Month-long break, then domestic leagues start. Okay, the Belgian Soccer League already started. The schedule's crazy this year because of COVID. Very short off season. Premier League starts September 12th. Okay, so in less than a month. Short break, then the leagues will come back around the same time. The Premier League starts back up. Wow, and that goes for like a year, huh? Champs League is the Super Bowl of soccer for the Europe leagues. Okay, but what about FIFA? Does nothing happen there? Again, remember, I'm a novice at this, so I'm asking like legit questions here, just trying to like understand. What's up, Fujan? John Betton, Mayo H2O, welcome to the channel. Carly, Quagsley, how are you? Go Bruins. Yeah, that's my pick right now. Quagsley. Liberators of America Cup, which is the Champions League of South. Oh, really? Okay, so we have like a big championship there. I have a question, Carly. Carly, is that something that's televised globally? Like, will I be able to watch that or no? FIFA's the governing body of soccer. FIFA is just nations. So I'm sorry. So is there not a FIFA championship, or is that just the Olympics then? Because I thought there was like a FIFA event. No? FIFA's just a company that makes Champions League. Ah, I got you. Okay, so Champions League is that. Okay. The Euro Championships are on after the domestic seasons next year. International football. No Canadian lost. What's up, Niroxen? Throughout the season, all leagues sometimes take 2-week international breaks to play for their international teams. Sometimes for friendlies, sometimes for World Cup qualifiers. Okay. FIFA event is World Cup. Okay, thank you. FIFA champ. Okay, is the World Cup. Okay. Okay. But now, okay, so again, you're going to probably laugh. You're going to laugh. Is the World Cup the Olympics event, or is that something else? Like, is the, so again, you know, I'm being honest with you. I'm just trying to learn. Okay, so the FIFA event is the World Cup, and then there's the Olympics, correct? Yes? Am I good on this? Okay, perfect. Okay, so essentially the really big things we have here are Champions League, the World Cup, and then the Olympics. Yes? Is that accurate? And then you have all the individual league championships, but those aren't as big of a deal because they're not, like, those are the 3 really big ones. Got smarted today. Okay, good, good. Euros are bigger than the World Cup. Really? Olympics is a joke, football, soccer wise. No, World Cup, Champions League, Euros. Okay. Let's go Celtics, get the brooms out. Yeah, gyro row, but can they do that in the second round? World Cup is more prestigious than the Olympics. I see. Okay. So wait, so we're saying World Cup, Champions League, and then what are you saying? Premier? Yeah, World Cup and Euro Cup are the big ones. So which is the Euro Cup then? What is the Euro Cup? Euros is not bigger than the World Cup. Okay, right. Right, they're saying World Cup, champions, and then European national teams. World Cup is the biggest football competition of them all. No contest. Okay. And when is the World Cup? Just so I know. Does that happen every year, or is that like... Euro Cup is the equivalent to the Copa America. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's every 4 years. Okay, so it's kind of like on the level of like an Olympic event. Okay, and then let me ask you this. The World Cup, is it still the same teams, or does that mean that the players go home and they play with their countries? World Cup has more value overall. Just look at Messi. Got all, but he's missing the World Cup. I see. It's countries. Okay, yeah. So yeah, World and Euro are staggered by 2 years. Olympics isn't as important since some players can't participate due to their ongoing seasons. Okay. There's a FIFA World Cup, Champs League, Euros, which is all nations in Europe at the nation level, and their Olympics. Some people consider Euros above World Cup because the World Cup guarantees spots for teams from weak continents and Euro is less diluted. Okay. Right, because Champions League only take the top teams from each of their leagues, right? Messi ain't Pele. Messi's better. Notice how nobody answered because nobody knows. Nobody knows what, because I forgot the question I asked, to be honest with you, Shadow. I also saw Echo streams earlier. I didn't get to say hi to him. He's probably not here anymore, but if he is, I just wanted to say welcome back. Bayern gonna destroy PSG for sure. Dumbfounded. Hey, listen, you got to back it up. You got to put your picks in right now, bro, because we're going to be doing trivia real soon. So Dumbfounded, let's go. Let's go. Get your picks in ASAP, bro. Right now. Pick'ems are going to close soon. What's your background, Covert? It's just kind of like a... We wanted to go with kind of like a newsy kind of background. Portugal current Euro champ. Is that right? I haven't even seen them. How do I put in pick'ems? Type in exclamation point pick'em for the rules. But aside from that, if you just want a quick, like the quick skinny on it, for anybody that's just getting here, is there's a corresponding letter next to each team. And so, you know, like, for example, this matchup is the Islanders versus the Flyers. And so if you have if let's say you want to pick the Islanders, you would go with U, or if you were going to pick the Flyers, you go V. And so you're going to type in exclamation point picks, PICKS space, and then all the letters that correspond to the teams that you think are going to win, and you just do it all in one thing. Listen, Cobra, legit question. Why is it called World Cup when it is more of an obelisk? Shouldn't it be called the World Obelisk? I don't know, Shadow. Maybe. Only you would think of that. I am D Trouble. What's up, man? How's it? Yeah, you got here just in time for the trivia too, bro. For the game show. Guys, don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere, because we're going to have our game show really soon. International football is based on rankings into qualifiers and then the World Cup, etc. Players have an incentive to perform well during the domestic season to get picked for the national team. I see. It's complicated, man. Like, soccer is like really complicated. Euros is biased because everyone knows most of the good teams and countries are in Europe, and for the World Cup they can only take I think 8 teams with Euros. I see. They take 16. After Champions League final, you need to catch the Super Cup. Dude, you guys are killing me with this. Let's God. Search for FIFA Cup World Cup. They want to create it starting next year. Okay, so wait, so that's an additional one, Carly? Whitehawk, what's up? Vilecon, how you doing? Baby Shampoo, new to the stream. What's up? Welcome. Lost my mind. So real quick, let me just I'll do a quick rundown for y'all. But my name's Paul. I go by Cobra GG on Twitch. I stream 5 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. So the Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday broadcast is 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. The Saturday broadcast is 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So generally speaking, the weekday streams focus on video game content, and the weekend stream focuses on sports. And so Sundays and Tuesdays are my day off. But just because we focus on video game content during the week doesn't mean we don't talk sports. We actually talk about everything here. So, we pop in. Hey, man, what'd you think about this game? What do you think about these guys? What do you think about this the playoff implications here and all that? So if you like video games and you like sports, then this is hopefully the place for you. I hope that you'll hit us with a follow, turn on the notifications, and I hope that you'll be here for our next live stream and become part of the community. We've got a really nice group of people that hang out here, and in the Discord, we play video games together. We watch sports together. We recently started doing UFC watch parties in July, and so everybody just kind of piles into the Discord, grab a drink, get some food, talk, and just hang out together. So this is kind of a different place than I think what you're probably used to seeing on Twitch if you're an experienced Twitch viewer. And if you're looking for something different and something that I think is special and you want to be a part of it and you want to be part of the famo, then all you got to do is just start hanging out here, baby. Yes, I am from Florida. What's up, Depressed Yami? How's it going? I'm new here. Okay, really? To the channel or to Florida or both? I'm not from Tampa. No, and I'm not a Tampa fan either. I'm not a fan of any team in particular. I don't have a team in any sport. I just try to wear different sports attire on different shows. Sometimes it's just to kind of like represent like a spot for somebody. Also, sometimes people have sent me sports attire to wear like for the stream. So like if you want me to represent your team, you can shoot me some kit or some swag to the PO box, and I'll sport it. I'm an extra large. What do you think about Dallas and the Clippers yesterday? Who will take the 4th game? I'm gonna go with the Clippers. It isn't to say that Dallas can't win the game, Ivan. It's more that I think the Clippers are still my favorite to get out of that series. So if going into any game with the Clippers and the Mavericks, I'm just going to have to say the Clippers because I feel like the Clippers are going to prevail in that series. For soccer, hardest bit is getting you around their difference between... Sorry, Siri's eavesdropping on us. I apologize. The international is more prestigious, but you see better tactical soccer at the domestic level as players train together year-round as opposed to national team champs, which are like 1 month. I got you, Tanuki. Hey, Tanuki, what's up, man? How you doing? over to the channel. I'm 30 minutes. Oh, you're 30 minutes from Tampa. Look at that. Tampa's a nice city, man. Tampa's a nice city for sure. I've been there a couple times. But welcome to the channel, Depressed. Thank you very much. And again, dude, shout out to everybody that's followed today. Thunder or Rockets? Rockets for sure. Easy. Even without Westbrook. In your Discord, do you have a chat for sports memorabilia picks? I got a cool signed Joe Thornton banner when he got drafted by the Bruins in '97. We have a sports area and you can post pictures there, Quagsley. Yeah. Dude, I thought this was Fauzi. I don't know. Who's Fauzi? Rise Dota. Or Fusi, I'm sorry. Fusi Tube. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I'm not like real up on that stuff. So like, I don't know who's who, you know. But the Phillies and the 76ers have been hurting my soul. I know, Flyers fan, yeah. Yeah, the 76ers, I think the 76ers need to blow that team up, dude. I actually meant to talk about that. I bet you look like him so much. Is that right, Rise? Well, there you go, man. Well, you got to meet me. My name's Paul. So it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. What's up, Achy Monkey? All right, so you guys voted on NFL. This is probably going to be the last topic we cover today. And we're going to do kind of a speed round on NFL. So if you have any specific questions about the NFL, hit me with it right now, and then we're going to jump into our game show. If you were here to talk about soccer, we just wrapped that up. However, don't move. Don't go anywhere, because we're going to have our game show here shortly, and you're going to want to be a part of that. It's a lot of fun, and we kind of carry on and laugh a lot. So I like to watch NBA, but sometimes I don't get it, the qualifiers and things like that. Gustavo, man, any questions you have, we can talk about it in the Discord, or next week when we talk about NBA. If you have like specific questions, we can. The Dark Lord Bill Belichick is cooking up a plan. He's definitely the Dark Lord for sure. That man is the Dark Lord. All right, so is Rodgers an underachiever? So this was something I had put in here for last week's topics, and so what I would say is Aaron Rodgers is not an underachiever. However, I do think the Green Bay Packers are an underachieving organization, and so Aaron Rodgers should have more than one championship. But team sports are team sports for a reason, and I think in particular in the case of Aaron Rodgers, he just has not been given the weapons that he needs to be successful. Where it's like some years it's been defensive issues, other years it's been offensive. And so he lacks the offensive firepower that I think he needs to be successful on a consistent basis. And I think organizationally, I think they've made, I don't know if they've made bad moves, but they just haven't made the moves that they need to be able to surround him to be able to win. Where's your Discord? Just type in ! Discord, Gustavo, and you'll get the link. Has the NFL made any bubble or schedule modifications for COVID? Recently, I haven't heard anything, the Hair Bear. I actually, I have something here where I put in, is the NFL viable? And so I don't see the NFL being viable in the sense that, like, I can't imagine they're going to make it like the NBA and the NHL have made it without people getting sick. But I think I've now come to the realization, and this, like, it dawned on me last night after I had 2 beers, was that I don't think the NFL cares. I do not think the NFL cares whether or not people are going to get sick. I think they have embraced the fact that there are going to be people that are going to get sick, and they're just going to play without them. It's going to be like next man up, and let's just keep going. Like, I think the NFL views the coronavirus as like guys getting injured, right? Like, they know that dudes are going to go down and they don't care. And so I'm actually starting to think that the NFL might be viable in that, like, it doesn't matter. Guys are going to go down and they're just going to keep going. How do you think the Raiders are going to do this season? Whitehawk, I think the Raiders, and this is the I don't know if Halston's here, but if he is, he's going to get triggered because he says that the Raiders suck. But I think that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to continue to improve. I think that they've got a very good coach, and I think they have a bright future. I apologize for that. I think they have a bright future, and I think they're gonna continue to ascend. We did a breakdown on the West, I don't know, maybe like a month ago, and I don't know. I mean, I think Denver could outdo the Raiders this season. I think a lot of that's going to boil down to locker, but I think that the Raiders have done a really good job drafting. I think they have solid coaching. I'm not a big fan of the quarterback there, but I think for what they're paying him, I think they can build a really solid team around him, and then they just have to find a nice solid guy there. But I think they're gonna do better. But I don't think they're gonna give the Chiefs a run. I mean, I think the Chiefs are head and shoulders better than everybody in that division. Do you have any favorite players? No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, there's always there'll always be like a player that like for example Gaethje from UFC. I kind of like his philosophy, his approach. And so like that's a guy that I'll root for. And what I mean by that is like I want to see him win, right? Or like Cormier, right? Like I wanted to see Cormier have success on his way out, but I don't have like a guy that is like my favorite, you know. The Raiders do suck. I don't think so, man. The Raiders have improved year over year for the last 2 seasons. And you know, and I think they've made some really good moves. One issue is that they have invested a lot in draft picks, and this upcoming NFL draft, the 21 NFL draft, I think is going to be very suspect, and so that may be a setback for the Raiders. Thoughts on the Cowboys? My thoughts on the Cowboys? What? How about them Cowboys? I don't know, man. You know, let's see what happens with the Cowboys. Derek Carr isn't the star that they were looking for, to be honest. He's not, but I think you could win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr, I think. Okay. What do you think about the Washington football team this season? Nothing. I don't think the Redskins are going to be any good. I'm sorry about that, everyone. What are your thoughts on Baker and the Browns? Yeah, I'm not a big Baker fan. I'm not a big Baker fan. I think the Browns have a lot of talent. You know, they picked up a lot of firepower, but I'm not a big Baker fan. And what I mean by that is like, I'm not saying that Baker Mayfield can't be a good player. But I would say that his physical attributes are an issue for me. So I feel like he's not performed. I think physically he's underwhelming, right? Which I think are 2 big knocks on him for me. And then I think his general attitude, I don't like it. I don't care for his attitude. I think like I want guys to be warriors and to be vocal, but I want that to happen in the locker room, not in the public eye, because I don't want you to draw attention from the team. I want you to be about the team. And so I don't like Baker Mayfield in general because of that. He's not the type of guy that I would want in my organization, primarily because I feel like he lacks focus. But I think the Browns have a lot of talent. Do I think they're going to do anything? Not really, baby shampoo. On soccer, any favorite player or team or basically someone you like to see? I like to see Pulisic. Yeah, I like watching Pulisic play. Carr is suspect in my opinion. I don't know if he's suspect, but he's not a star. You know, he's not a superstar quarterback. If Nick Foles can win one, he can for sure. Yeah, agreed. I've been a 49ers fan since high school, so that's that. Man, I was disappointed in the 49ers. I really felt like the 49ers had a great shot to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and I think that it came down to coaching. Yeah, I think the biggest difference, I think the reason why the 49ers did not win the Super Bowl was because of coaching. Yeah, I really do. Like, I don't think, I would say coaching and the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs defense really, I think they outdid themselves. I think the Chiefs defense did really well, but I also would go back to the 49ers offensive play calling. The offensive play calling for the 49ers was just terrible in the Super Bowl. It was so bad. And I'm talking about like from the first offensive series, the 49ers offensive play calling was just scared. Like it was beyond conservative. It was insane. It was so crazy from the first series. I was so disappointed with the coaching on the 49ers side. What's popping? What's up? It's Just. Welcome back. It's Just. Listen, get your pick'ems in right now, dude. Yeah, get your pick'ems in right now. Can I just say something? So today we reached an all-time high. 168 people jumped in the pick'ems. This is like a really great thing. Like, this is awesome. It's the first time we've ever gotten triple-digit participation in the pick'ems. So I'm really thrilled. But I gotta tell you something, guys. Here's the thing, though, right? Like, you elevated expectations now. What this means is you have to be here next Saturday, because if we get anything less than 168, I'm going to be disappointed and you're going to have broken my heart. So please don't let me down. Don't let me down. You got to come back now. If you don't, you're going to be breaking my heart, my achy, breaky heart. So here's the thing. The higher we go, the more I require you to be here every Saturday. Come on, guys. We can't let them down. Thank you, C Good. That's why I followed you. Thank you, 99 Bolt. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Hey, Bad Company. What's up, man? You're new here. Get out of here. Garoppolo was the issue. He missed the go-ahead touchdown. I'm not going to put... You know, I actually don't put it on Garoppolo at all. Like, I don't. I mean, listen, I've never thought Garoppolo was a superstar quarterback. I think that Garoppolo is like a game manager. He's like an average guy, although his regular season stats kind of don't bear that. But I think the eyeball test tells me that Garoppolo is not a superstar quarterback, at least not yet. And so going into the Super Bowl, I was more of the mindset, Razor, that Garoppolo can't lose you the Super Bowl. My thought was, okay, I just need Garoppolo to get into go into this game and not lose it for us. I really think that the 49ers lost that Super Bowl because of coaching. I'm glad I hopped into your stream, man. I love sports. I'm really happy to hear that, Quagsley. 49ers coach showed no confidence for his players. I agree with that, FIFA. Yeah, it was very, very odd. How about the Seahawks defense for this next season? Yeah, I think the Seahawks have made some moves to improve on the defensive side of the ball. And they made a big trade, which I think that trade favors them at this point. Can we do multiple picks in one command? Yes, you can, Quagsley. You can do them all in one shot. Yeah, so you don't have to do them individually. You could do them all in one shot. What up, Jimbo? How's it going, man? Welcome back. This channel was a pleasant surprise when I came to Twitch this morning. Look at that. Matterless, that makes me very happy. That makes me very, very happy. Thank you very much. How about them Patriots? Giroro, or is it Giroro or is it Gyroro? So before all this coronavirus thing happened, I was saying, I think so. Okay, so before the Patriots got Cam Newton, I said that the Buffalo Bills were the outright favorite to win the AFC East. What's up, Piston? So I think that the Buffalo Bills were the outright favorite to win the AFC East. However, I do see that there's potential for the New England Patriots, or I did anyway, once they picked up Cam Newton, because I thought Cam Newton could give the Patriots something that they never had, right? Like, he's a very dynamic player. And he would be with some really incredible coaches. And so I thought the Patriots had a really great shot to be able to make a move and make a run at the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. However, the New England Patriots have lost a lot of players that have opted out of the season. And so honestly, just speaking very honest, I don't know that anybody knows what the New England Patriots are going to be this season, because obviously they had a huge situation with Tom Brady, right? In that they lost their quarterback for the last whatever X amount of years, 10 to 15 years. But aside from that, they've lost some staple players on the defensive side of the ball. So I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I guess we'll see, you know. Elway was the best quarterback of the Broncos. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. He's the best quarterback to ever play for the Broncos. I agree with the statement. Nice surprise on Twitch this morning. Thank you, Gustavo. I appreciate that. What's up, Hamster? Boppy, how you doing? Is Lamar Jackson going to outdo his last season? Probably not, but I think he'll still be really good. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, I don't know that Lamar Jackson has a long career ahead of him, but I think that right now, you know, they've got a good scheme that revolves around him. And if they can add more offensive firepower to that unit, then the Ravens continue to be dangerous. Didn't a bunch of players opt out? Yeah, that's correct. Patriot players. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. The defensive side of the ball is the biggest issue, I think, Quagsley. Cam's only good for maybe 6 games a year at this point. Body just too broken from all those hits he's taken. Well, Tanuki, I don't know that. Like, I need to see him. I need to see him with the Patriots, because I'm not trying to be like negative towards the Carolina Panthers, but I think that like you can't really compare the organization, the Patriots, to the Carolina Panthers. How about the XFL, huh? Dana White trying to tell The Rock how to get it up and going. We can talk about that for a second, because that's probably the thing I'm most excited about when it comes to American football. Is that so I put that here. The Rock buys the XFL. So for me, the XFL was way more exciting than the NFL. The one issue the XFL had was that they lacked talent, and so that was a big problem. And I would like to see the XFL reemerge as a competitor to the NFL, because the games are so fun. The rules, the way the games are structured, it's a fun game to watch, and they have like fewer breaks and all that stuff. Whereas the NFL is loaded with commercial breaks, slow gameplay, the rules extend the game out. And so, to be honest with you, I'd rather watch an XFL game with subpar talent to watching an NFL game at this point. What's up, Agapen? How you doing? I do not know what to do. What's wrong, Serena? What's wrong, Serena? What is the problem? You don't know what to do with what? I'd rather just watch the real American football, college. Got one Dragons game in before lockdown. Felt like a mid-tier college game. That's a compliment. That's why you get NFL Red Zone. I guess so, yeah. But Matalis, you see, but that's you circumventing what the issues are with the league. You know what I mean? So I really do think the NFL has a problem. And actually, this was one of the things I wanted to talk about with the NBA. So NBA playoff basketball has been like ridiculous. The amount of commercials. I watched, I think it was 2 minutes of actual basketball and then 2 minutes of commercials. Like, what is going on here? This is another reason why soccer's actually become quite appealing to me. It's soccer and hockey, because I don't have to see commercials nonstop. So I think what I'm going to end up doing with the NBA right now is I'm going to record the games and watch them after the fact, which is what I've done a little bit of already, because I don't want to see commercials nonstop. Hockey's where it's at, dude. So fast paced. Them $1 million wages got to be paid, man. I know, like that right. That's the thing, right? They're trying to pay the bills. But I think they're, at what cost though, right? Like if you start losing viewers, right? If you start losing viewers, then like, what's the price you're willing to pay? I guess. I don't know. But I'm sick and tired. Like, I don't want to watch 2 games of action or 2 minutes of action and then 2 minutes of commercials. I can't do it, man. I'm not convinced the NBA draft lottery isn't fixed. I mean, do you think that they want to see Minnesota be great? I don't know, Mattless. Chat 25 away from 200. Get those pick'ems in. So here's the deal, guys. So we are going to be moving in to our trivia session here. So our game show is about to begin. So if you're going to do your picks, right now's the time to do it. Okay. Right now's the time to do it, because this will be your last chance to get your pick'ems in. Okay. Why not? 2 minutes of action is a good night for you, bro. I'm just warming up. Coffee in front of me. What's up, Piston? I'm ready for some champs and chumps. Let's go, baby. If the NBA lottery was fixed, then the Knicks would have... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, I don't know. Because actually, if there was a conspiracy, Judah, James Dolan's he's like universally hated. And I don't know that he should be, by the way. I got my high DPS mouse out for trivia. Let's go. Who would be your top fantasy picks for the NFL? I guess my top picks, fantasy picks. Well, you usually have to pick 2 quarterbacks, right? So I would go. I think I would go. I think I would go Mahomes. I think I would go Mahomes as one of my quarterbacks. And my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. So he'd probably be my first pick, is the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. What the hell is his name again? Wilson. I don't know why I wanted to say Rivers. Like I keep thinking Austin Rivers. I don't know why I have Austin Rivers in my mind. You know, I actually saw Austin Rivers at the barber shop this year out here. So anyway, but so yeah, so Wilson would be my first pick. Mahomes would be my second. At running back, I'd probably go Henry. and probably Elliott. Those would probably be my 2 running backs. Although I'm not a big Elliott fan, but he's very productive. At wide receiver, I'd go gosh darn, I'm forgetting both of their names right now. AB, yeah, right. I'm forgetting their names. Sorry, so many things in my head. I have to remember so much about each sport. But I would go with what the hell's his name? I hate giving up on names. No, you know, I wouldn't go Michael Thomas. I would go with the dude from Atlanta and the guy that's now with the Cardinals, but I forgot both of their names. No, I wouldn't even go Tyreek. Clip show in Game 7 West Conference Finals. Oh yeah, I would say the Clippers in the final, or in the Western Conference Finals. Bird, is it supposed to be Larry Bird? Julio Jones, thank you. I wanted to say Jules. I just so many names that I have to remember. So Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins, correct. Those would be my 2 picks. Like if it was a fantasy team, that's what I would do. Are these rankings? No, he just said who would I pick for fantasy? Jam 21. Yeah. He was saying in fantasy football, those would be my picks. Mike Evans, you're a Bucks fan. Michael Thomas is great. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying like who my fantasy picks would be. I know literally nothing about sports, but I'm still here. I just enjoy your content. And Skiat, thank you for hanging with the channel for as long as you have. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you to everybody on the follows. I thank you. I like it here. My people, what's up? Julio Jones, Larry. No, I wouldn't pick Larry Fitzgerald. Not for my fantasy team. I mean, I'm trying to win. Michael Thomas, top 5 wide receiver, hands down. Yeah, for sure. If you stay long enough, you just might learn something. All right, so we're getting ready for battle trivia. Okay, so battle trivia works a little bit different. So this is our sports game show. So let me give you a little bit of background. So I'm going to leave the pick'ems up, but the pick'ems are going to be closed any second now, okay? You are now in danger zone. You are now in a minefield. If you do not get your pick'ems in like rapidly, you're going to miss out on the potential to win a $10 gift card, okay? So we're talking battle trivia sports game show right now. So we started doing something here that was like a battle trivia or a sports game show a while ago. However, one of the issues we ran into was that there was stream latency. And what that meant is that certain individuals that were closer to the Amazon servers got an advantage when they were answering questions. So what we did was we came up with an alternative way of handling things, so that everyone is on an even playing field. Now, that said, so we do kind of, we have kind of like we use a different resource for this interaction. However, we are in the process of finishing up our battle trivia setup. Once we do that, then you'll be able to still do it from Twitch chat if you don't mind being at a disadvantage, because we can't really address that 100%. Now, so our battle trivia, and I'm going to bring it up here for you now. So our battle trivia The reason why it's called battle trivia is that we are going to be adding an element to the game show. So there's a series of sports related questions that you answer, right? The faster you answer them, the more points you get. In between rounds, right, we have this it's like the battle stage. And in that stage, eventually you'll be able to attack or assist certain people. So for example, if somebody is at the top of the leaderboard, they're at the top of the podium, right? They have the gold position. You'll actually be able to attack them or slay them down, right? And so there'll be like funny things you can do to them to hurt them from being able to win. Conversely, you'll also be able to assist people and maybe shield them or protect them from certain attacks. Okay. And so that's going to be the final, or that's going to be the next stage of our game show, our battle trivia. And then the final will be when we reintegrate it into Twitch chat, which again will put people at a disadvantage because of latency, but that situation's out of our control. So for now, it's done this way. And so Silent has just put a link in the chat that takes you to my website, to the channel website, which is covertgg.com. And my recommendation is, if you're on a PC, that you open up a second window so you can continue to watch the broadcast and kind of pace with us. Okay. And, or if you have a cell phone, you can join mobilely. Okay. All right. So, so here you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Which is a battle trivia champs and chumps is our current battle trivia event. So I'm going to go ahead and click sign in, and I'm just going to sign in with my Twitch account, right? And so it's going to load us in here. And so I'm going to give you a second to do the same thing. You want to sign in. And then once you've done that, and you don't have to you don't fill out any forms or anything. You're just going to use your Twitch account to sign in, which is going to link you to chat as well. Okay. And then I will hit start on champs and chump once we're ready to go, and then you'll join in and a timer will start. And this is how we keep everybody in sync so that nobody has an advantage. Do not watch the stream for questions though. You will be slow. Correct. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and I'm going to join now. And so you have 120 seconds to join in. You have a little less than that now. So you can see here in the upper right-hand corner, we have a timer. So you have just over 100 seconds to join. There's going to be 10 questions, and there'll be 12 seconds per question for you to answer. 30 seconds between questions. If you refresh or disconnect for any reason, you'll be advanced to the next question. Okay. Anyway, yeah, good luck to everybody. Pick'ems are now officially closed, by the way. Thank you again for the incredible participation for the pick'ems. I really appreciate that. And for those of you that stuck around today and hung hard with us, really, really, really thankful to all of you that stuck around today and that hung hard all the way to trivia. Again, we're going to try to cover as many sports as we can every Saturday. You know, it is This Week in Sports, so whatever's relevant to the week. But in addition to that, there's going to be sports where maybe you don't necessarily understand, know, or may not realize that you actually do appreciate. And so if you stick around, we can learn the sport together. We can watch them together, and just have a good time, you know? Video games and sports, baby. That's what this is. How many people got that stuck in their heads now? Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say Ayo. You know, I think I have that somewhere. All right, we have 34 seconds and then we go, baby. Hung. Fist, you're a scumbag. Good luck, baby. Here we go. 25 seconds and then we begin. 25 seconds and then we get started here. You know, the last time, I'm going to move this because last time I should have won and I nerfed myself. That monitor is hard to see for me. All right, folks, here we go. Get ready. Get ready, okay? Everybody get ready. 3, 2, 1, 0. After trailing by as many as 25 points in the third quarter, the New England Patriots defeated what team in the Super Bowl? Green Bay, Atlanta, New York Giants, or the San Francisco 49ers? Hot Soup is number one. He was not bluffing. Where am I? There's no way. Bro, are you kidding me? That's just terrible. Anyway, Hot Soup is at the top of the podium, is in first place. See Good, brand new to the channel, is in the second place. Jam 21J is in the bronze position. Toronto is just outside of the podium. Can we strike down? Between 1960 and 1969, what NHL team won the most Stanley Cup championships? Boston Bruins, Philadelphia Flyers, Toronto Maple. Oh, Montreal Canadiens. God damn it. Wah, 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 wah. Hot Soup. Oh, Kinger and Flyers fan taking the podium. See Good, what happened to you, bro? Come
nice
on,
work, bitch.
You gotta get good, son. Listen, you gotta be great here if you want to stay on the podium. I mean, what do you want me to tell you, See Good? Quagsley, though, Quagsley's getting serious. Quagsley's getting serious. You guys need to get quick. You got 5 seconds, and that's that. Gangsters, and that's that. I can't attack you guys. Having lost in 15 NBA finals, this team also boasts 16 NBA championships. Los Angeles Lakers. Booyah. I hope so. I hope all of you get that wrong. Is Battle Liquor participating? There's 2 people. Hot Soup is still number 1. See Good, trying to impress me and has done so, is now in the bronze spot. And Kinger, being as consistent as he always has been in this channel, comes in at the silver spot, number 2. Flyers fan trying to make a comeback, though. Trying to make a comeback. He's in 4th place. Let me see if Battle Liquor's out there. Okay, listen. This is really important, okay? If you ever see Suspense or Battle Liquor, we use all our attacks on those people. In 2003, 5 outs away from their first World Series appearance since 1945, the Chicago Cubs' dreams were arguably crushed by this overzealous fan. Tim Burton, God damn it, Steve Bartman. I didn't even get to answer that one. It's too long. I need more time to talk shit to everybody in between rounds. Hot Soup is still number 1. Flyers fan coming up, bringing up the rear from 4th place into 2nd. And Eddie C. Dude, Eddie, I'm no longer embarrassed to say that I know you. Look at that. Eddie C is on the board. Can Eddie finish on the podium this week? Because last week was embarrassing. Kinger, you're supposed to be consistent, bro. You are embarrassing me. Premier League. Since its inception, 1992-93, what team has the most championships in the Premier League? Arsenal. Manchester United. God damn it. If you're not first, you're last. That's right. There you go, Piston. God damn it. God damn it. Hot Soup still in first. This is rigged. This is rigged. Flyers fan is on the podium, 2nd place. See Good, a respectable 3rd. I'm going to give it to you, See Good. If you can stay up there, I'm going to say you're a champion, okay? But can you stay up there is the question. Jam 21 trying to make a comeback. Quagsley has been outside of the podium this entire time, desperately seeking Susan. During the 1990s, what NFL team reached the 4 consecutive... This is easy. What? 4 consecutive Super Bowls, only to lose each of them. God damn. This is why you got to read the whole thing. I was trying to be quick. Wow, I'm failing fast, boys. Oh my gosh. At least I'm not in last place. Hold on. Let's God see. Thank goodness I'm not you, bro. Because then I'd be in a really bad spot. Just saying. Jam 21. 3rd place, brother. Good job, Jam 21. See Good holding on, 2nd place. He's actually not even holding on. He's ascending. The ascension. Hot Soup. This is rigged. I think Hot Soup figured out a way to cheat, guys. This NBA player has won 7 championships with 3 different teams. Robert Horry, Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman. God damn it. These questions, these are dumb questions. Okay? Whoever comes up with these questions is dumb. Just Hot Soup in first. See Good holding on to 2nd. And Asian Sita has now come in to 3rd place, overthrowing Jam 21. And Flyers fan, where are you, bro? Where are you? I can't believe Battle Liquor's ahead of me. I have to reassess my entire life at this point. Who has won the most Stanley Cup championships as a player? Wayne Gretzky, Scotty Bowman, Henry Richard, or... Can I just walk away right now? Can I just walk away right now? Battle planning 8 of 9 here. Hot Soup has not given up the first spot the entire time. He is not, this guy, he's not going to let go of it, guys. And he has a commanding lead at 3,425. Quagsley overthrows Seagood for the second spot, and Slim DK is in third. Seagood and Asian, how can you allow this to happen? In what Winter Olympics did the United States defeat the Soviet Union in ice hockey? 1980, 1976, 1984, 1982. God damn it. Damn it, it was 1980. Flyers fan, you better get this right, dude. Or I'm coming at you super hard, bro. Hot Soup Slim overthrows Quagsley, and Asian Sita is back in the running at third. Dude, I have gotten all of these questions wrong. This is not good. This game is rigged. There's something wrong. Hell yeah, here I come. Smokey, you making a comeback? Where you at, Smokey? I don't see you, dog. I don't see Smokey. I don't see Smokey. I don't see you. You're invisible. Quagsley's close. Michael Phelps is the most decorated Olympian of all time with 28 individual and team medals. Of them, 23 are gold and 2 are bronze. How many are silver? Yes. Word problems are my favorite. I don't... Not enough time on that question. Hello. Hot Soup is still in first. Hot Soup has not gotten one right in a while. He's been at 3,425 like for the last 3 questions. Wow, bro. That was how good he did early that he was able to hold on. Who's the troll? Wow. Hot Soup was able to hang on to that. Dude, good job. Really nice job, Hot Soup. Slim DK, great job on your first time ever coming into second place. And you know what? Eddie, I'm proud of you, dude. I'm really proud of you, Eddie. Congratulations. Congratulations on getting bronze today. And Seagood, I'm disappointed in you. What do you want me to tell you? I'm disappointed, brother. How can you allow this to happen? How can you allow this to happen, Seagood? Covert with a strong 672. Shut up, Battle Liquor. Covert and Covert just edges out Shadow, proving once and for all that he also knows fuck all about sports. Go Bucks. Glad I found the stream. I'm glad you did too, Slim. Who's the scumbag that came up with this game? Dude, I'm telling you, these trivias are not easy. These trivias are not easy. This is not your grandma's trivia. I'm just saying. I beat you. I'll just take over your sports stream from now on. S. Bergie is proud of Seagood. There you go, Seagood. Pat on the back. Now, in all seriousness, for those of you that were new to this, it takes a little bit to get used to. It's quick. It's really, really quick. And some of those questions were wordy, and I feel like sabotage was in play. So, listen, I'm with you. I think the refs are rigged in this one. I'm just saying, I think the refs are rigged. I think there's a conspiracy here. That's actually how Eddie C got onto the podium. Trivia, by its very nature, is history. Nah, I'm used to it. Accurate representation, 100%. Makes you it makes you go really fast, Flyers fan. Might have found my new morning stream. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Actually, my name's Paul too. What's up? Pleasure to meet you, Paul. Great stream as always. Thank you, other AZ. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I have been streaming for 4 years on Twitch. My name's Paul. The channel's Covert GG. The weekday streams are game content, and the weekend stream is sports related content. I take Sundays off to hang out with my family, and I take Tuesdays off to work and try to put money together so that we can continue to stream on Twitch. We have a relatively small channel here, just an older guy on Twitch trying to, make the thing happen. We always talk about trying to help the little guy out, and we want to help the little guy out. If you like the content in this channel, that's number one. If you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the vibe and chat, okay, put your money where your mouth is. And I don't mean literal money. I'm saying with your viewership. Stop by on the weekday streams, support the channel with your viewership, hang out here and help push this channel so that it can grow and it can be sustainable on Twitch. Okay. We're always talking about that. We want to help the little guy. Okay. Then show up, show out, and support this channel. I can't say it any clearer. Okay. Like legit. And this isn't me like begging or anything. I'm just being honest, genuine, and like trying to be as legit as possible. We cannot make it on Twitch without you guys. We just can't. Okay. We put in a lot of work, and I say we because there's a lot of people behind this channel that put together the content. So we put in a lot of work. We have to do that so that we can earn your respect and earn your viewership. Okay. But if we've done that, then we need you to do your part, and we need you to show up and show out. Okay. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. That's the end of the show for today. I'm going to raid somebody now, but I'd love to see you all here on Monday. Thank you for your participation in Pick'ems and in the game show. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Wear your